What's good, you guys? This is your boy Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Truly appreciate you guys for locking in. Man, today was a hell of a game. The Eagles had my emotions riding high. It was a roller coaster. And I'll be honest, I really didn't think we were going to win this game just based off how the offense was playing. The offense really couldn't get anything going. Nick Sirianni was running so many screenplays. It was ridiculous. And then on top of that, it just seemed like we couldn't move the ball just in general, right? But the defense came through. The defense showed us so much love. And let's just call a spade a spade. We would not have this victory without the defense. We wouldn't have even been in this game if it wasn't for the defense. It was a point in time where I was saying to myself, wow, the Eagles are going to find a way to lose this game. And I also said to myself, wow, they're making a really bad Sam Darnold look really, really good. I'm like, there's no way we can keep going out like this. There's no way we can keep playing this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of offense where one game where we play another way, in another game we move another way. And it's just shameful how flat the offense can look sometimes, right? But I need to give a shout out to the defense, man. Most notably, I need to give a shout out to Javon Hargrave, Darius Slay, Steven Nelson, Fletcher Cox, Josh Sweat. All those guys accumulated either a sack or an interception, and we got to give those guys credit, man. We've been craving for this pass rush to set up the turnovers, and we've been craving for the DBs to actually take advantage of misplays or poor execution from the offense. We've been waiting for it. So it's about time. It's about time things actually went our way on defense. And Jonathan Gannon, he lives. He lives to fight another day. He lives to coach another day, rather, right? So I want to hear y'all. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. I dropped a call-in link to you guys. I definitely want to lock in. I definitely want to lock in to see what's on everyone's mind. I want to hear everyone's perspective on this game. We're going to discuss this for the next 24 to 48 hours, and then we're going to move on because we have a short week. We have to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football, and that's going to be a tough game because they're coming off a very decided victory against the Miami Dolphins. I think they dropped over 40 points. Miami Dolphins couldn't even crack 20. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they are as advertised. They're starting to click. Granted, they're missing Rob Gronkowski, but at the same time, our DBs are clicking. Our DBs are starting to find their swing. They got that confidence now. They beat a 3-1 team who's now 3-2, and I think the DBs have actually been playing fairly well all season. If I'm being completely honest, all things considered, it's just the fact that we've been so inconsistent. We've been allowing teams to just have these long drives. But I think all in all, the DBs have been doing a pretty good job on wide receivers. We've just we can't stop the run. And when we can't stop the run, it makes it easier for the opposing team to get what they want. And we still allow the 100-yard rusher in Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard did his thing, but we stopped him in key moments, and we forced Sam Darnold to make extra decisions. We made Sam Darnold uncomfortable out there, and I couldn't ask for anything more. So Jonathan Gannon, he lives to coach another week, but I'm still keeping my eyes close. I'm still keeping my eyes peeled on this man because there were times where there were definitely moments where I questioned his capabilities. But again, if the offense would have taken advantage of all the opportunities that the defense gave them, then it wouldn't have been a problem. It would have been a fairly simple victory because the defense locked up Sam Darnold tremendously. He couldn't do much about anything. Sam Darnold looked like the Jets Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold did not look comfortable at any point in that game. Let's just be honest about that. Sam Darnold was constantly getting hit out there. Actually, both quarterbacks was getting hit out there, man. Hassan Riddick was abusing Jordan Mailata. We're going to talk about all those things, man. We're going to talk about the offensive line. We're going to talk about the quarterback situation. We're going to talk about the lack of a run game. You know, we're going to talk about Nick Sirianni. We're going to discuss all those things. So I definitely want you guys to call in. I definitely want to get the vibes and see how you guys are feeling about this game. Definitely want to see what's on your minds, man. We got 3 people in the live stream. Thank y'all so much. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We got Jay Young in the building. Shout out to my guy, Jay Young. Like I said, we got the call-in link up there, so make sure you guys go hit that. I want to chalk it up with y'all. Marley Colbert, what's going on? He said after Hurts took them 2 sacks, I thought it was over. I did too, man. I did too. After Devontae Smith fumbled, I thought it was over as well. Marley Colbert, Slay Nelson, and Hargrave, big time, man. You can't forget Josh Sweat and Fletcher Cox, though. Fletcher Cox came alive finally. Paul 44 was good. He says it was a perfect win, but I think we can build on it, especially the defense. The rush was better, and Slay and Nelson made big plays. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call it the perfect win because the offense did not take advantage of every opportunity. The defense was literally holding on for dear life. The defense did everything they possibly could to make it possible for the offense to win this game, and offense just wasn't responding entirely. Offense really didn't come through. For the defense for a large part of this game, but offense came in at the right time. And if we're being completely honest, the main reason we scored on that second touchdown is because we actually had a short field to deal with. The Philadelphia Eagles were struggling to drive the entire field. If they had to go 80 yards, I don't believe they make it down that field, if I'm being completely honest with you. We just didn't show that we were capable throughout the game to move the ball consistently from out of the field to their side of the field. Sorry, you guys. Internet acting a little funny. But anyway, like I said, the moment the Philadelphia Eagles had a short field, they took advantage of that. Whenever it was a long field to deal with, it seemed like they couldn't really move the ball. But yeah, you guys definitely want to lock in. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you guys hit the call-in link if you guys want to share your thoughts on the game. This was a very interesting victory because the Carolina Panthers were supposed to be a very, very, very dominant team. Their defense actually played pretty well for the most part. It just came down to timely situations that they couldn't close us out. And if you think about the Carolina Panthers' victories throughout the season, who did they really beat? The quality of win is extremely low. So I think they're forced to look in the mirror now. I think this is the 5th game in a row this season where they haven't been able to score in the third quarter. I was actually talking to my man. Shout out to Dave from the PNP podcast. Shout out to Dave from Rashad and Dave from the Rashad and Dave show. They are Carolina Panthers content creators. And I was talking to Dave this morning on the Bird Gang live stream, and Dave indicated that the only time that they scored in the third quarter was on a field goal on Thursday Night Football. So the Carolina Panthers are true to form. They are true to form. Philly says, why Eagles don't run normal offensive plays instead of running all these RPOs? Can Jalen Reed defense something going on? It's the same in other plays every week. You're absolutely right when it comes to them running the same plays. In my humble opinion, I believe that it's not for lack of trying or not for lack of talent when it comes to Jalen Hurts running traditional plays or running normal offensive plays. I really believe Nick Sirianni is handcuffing this young man. I really feel like Nick Sirianni is holding this team back with his play calling. I've never seen so many screenplays run in my life in a row. We ran so many screenplays, and it was completely unacceptable. It seemed there's games where Nick Sirianni is not afraid to throw the ball across the middle. Then there's games like this where he just continues to try to take advantage of the edges, take advantage of the sidelines. And my thing is, he's paying too. I felt like he thought that because J.C. Horn and Stephon Gilmore weren't playing, he could take advantage of the edges and take advantage of the speed. But my thing is, you gotta let your wide receivers be wide receivers. You can't keep running these screenplays. You just can't. I know for a fact Jalen Hurts could run a normal offense. It seems as though to me, whenever he's running normal plays, he's able to move the ball. But whenever you start getting into these screen plays, these plays behind the line of scrimmage, it's like you're forcing him to play a limited style of football. And it's honestly unfair because people are judging him based off of that. And he's not calling the plays. He's just running the RPO or the screen that was given, and he's making the decision on whether to hand it off to the running back or pass it. Now it's pissing me off because we're not running enough traditional or pure running plays. We're just continuously relying on this RPO stuff. And when you do the RPO, it kind of delays the offense. It doesn't always freeze the defense, especially if they know it's coming. Sometimes it makes the quarterback or the running back a step slower, or makes them have to take an extra second to make a decision, and that gives the defensive line, the pass rush, or whatever it may be, an opportunity to attack the line of scrimmage, and it always catches us. Eagle Slayer 95 is a good win, but we're going to lose the next 7. We're gonna find out, man. If I'm being completely honest with you, the Oakland Raiders. I'm sorry, not Oakland Raiders. Excuse me. The Las Vegas Raiders. They actually look human. They lost the past 2 weeks, so I'm curious to see how we fare against those guys. I don't think we should count ourselves out completely against the Raiders. Like I said, they lost the past 2. They lost the past 2 weeks. They actually lost to the Bears today, and the Bears suck. So, I actually think we're better than the Bears. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens. It's going to be very interesting. Eagles. Oh, also Eagle Slayer. When it comes to the Detroit Lions as well, Detroit Lions, they haven't won a game yet. I think we could beat them also. Um, I think we can. The Chargers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, those are the toughest matchups going forward. Everything other than that is very winnable. We can beat the Raiders. We can beat the Lions. I don't really see us beating the Chargers or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I just don't. What's going on, Ewing? How you feeling, man? Good to see you. Jersey Boy says, "What's up, bro? Great win. These are the games that build character. Go Birds." Yeah, man, it was definitely a tough win. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time, and it felt good seeing his team pull off a comeback victory. That was the telltale sign for me. It was a comeback victory. It was really exciting to watch. It was very exciting to watch. But they got to build on it, and we should honestly have we should have beat the San Francisco 49ers. We should have beat the Chiefs, but defense couldn't do anything against the Chiefs. They kept shooting themselves in the foot. And against the San Francisco 49ers, defense showed up, but offense couldn't really get anything off. So it's unfortunate. We actually should be 4-1, in my humble opinion. If you think about all the ways we've hurt ourselves. So that's just my opinion. Or at least 3-2. We should at least be 3-2 at the minimum. Marley Cobra said CJ Edwards and Sean Bradley came up big. That's a fact. CJ Edwards with the pump block, and Sean Bradley with the recovery. That was huge. Can you imagine if he would have took that in for a touchdown? That would have changed everything, but we still won. Blue City Empire, what's going on, man? RIP Daniel Jones. Yeah, Daniel Jones looked bad. That was rough. What happened to him? I saw that hit, and Daniel Jones honestly looked like he was foaming at the mouth. You saw like spit around his mouth as if like he was, I don't know what happened. But Daniel Jones got hit so hard, my man was stumbling. The referee had to go catch him to make sure it didn't end up worse for him. He got carted off. He couldn't even walk back. That's how bad it was, man. And Saquon Barkley, that was a tough loss too. That was a really shady injury. That was really shady injury, man. Kadarius Toney clumsy behind. Gotta watch where he's going, man. So it's a shame, man. They lost a starting quarterback and Saquon Barkley. And the way Daniel Jones was looking, I doubt he'll play the next game or two. He's not going to pass concussion protocol coming into the next game. Jay Young says, I don't know what to watch. The Shakedown Show with Joey Shakes in 500. LOL, it's hard, but I am on my phone, so I'm with you. I'm with you now. They're on my TV. And what's up, GOAT? I appreciate you, Jay Young. That's major. It's funny because I was trying to time my live stream to make sure that I didn't completely tread on those guys. You know what I'm saying? I definitely fuck with, Joey Shakes and Philly 500, but the content game calls, man, and I'm always gonna do my thing still, no matter what. Shout out to those guys, man. Shout out to those guys. Hey, man, I wouldn't even mind kicking it with them. You know what I'm saying? Those are my guys. So, if they willing to lock in with me, I'll hop right on their live stream. Y'all go over there and see what they say. You feel me? It's always about collaboration. It's always about great minds coming together. So yeah, man, I'm just here to chalk it up with you guys. I'm here to do a call-in show. You know what I'm saying? Just check the temperature, see how everybody feeling. That's my whole thing behind it. Ewing says coaching is definitely holding the team hostage. Definitely, man. The coaching is completely flat-footed. Jonathan Gannon saved his job today, but Nick Sirianni, man, there's no way this is the offense. I don't know what's going on, but there's no way that we should be having this level of a stagnant offense. It's just completely unacceptable, especially when you think about the type of plays we're running, the lack of creativity, the lack of a run game. Once again, Miles Sanders was a limited factor for our offense. And I understand towards the end of the game, he had some plays where he should have stayed in bounds. But other than that, man, Miles Sanders should have been getting more opportunities. That's just my humble opinion. Miles Sanders should have been getting way more opportunities. And yeah, like I said, he should have just been getting way more opportunities. Marley Colbert says, I think we get pressure on Brady, but the offense has the same job to score points. Yeah, that's another thing. If we don't score touchdowns in that game, then it doesn't matter what the defense does. Jay Young says, can you do it, please? Pretty please collab with Philly 500 and Joey Shakes. Hey, man, I would love to. Y'all gotta tap in with them. Y'all gotta tap in with them and try to convince them to get me in there, man. Those my guys. Joey Shakes been showing me love from the very beginning. Same thing with Philly 500. I would have never made it to over 1,000 subs without Philly 500. So shout out to those guys, man. Go tap in with them. See if they want to allow me to, crash the Philly shakedown. You know what I'm saying? Ishmael Rodriguez is going on. He says they need to stop giving Sanders the no block plays. I see it. Yeah, man. It seems like everything is hard for Miles Sanders. They make everything extremely difficult for Miles Sanders. And Miles Sanders can definitely be a dominant force on his offense, but they just refuse to get him involved in situations that are more conducive to his success. I don't understand it. Eagle has landed. What's going on, my brother? He says, Sup TD2, after 3 straight weeks of losing, I just appreciate the win. This team has pieces, but they need to put it together. Hurts. I don't know. His arm talent is hurting the offense's potential. Yeah, I feel you that I feel you on the fact that it feels good to have a win finally. It's unfortunate that it's unfortunate that we haven't won any of the previous 3 games. They were tough games though, but I felt like we should have beat San Fran, and we had a chance to beat KC. The Dallas game was the only game that I extremely had. We just were not in that game at any point. But when it comes to the Hurts' arm talent, Hurts has been overthrowing guys, underthrowing guys. He has to improve on his deep ball accuracy. That's a fact. He has to improve on his accuracy. He has to. But I feel like Nick Sirianni's lack of creativity in the play calling is hurting us more. But we're gonna get BPS in the building. Big play Slay.
What's going on? Man? How you doing, brother?
What's going on?
I'm doing great, man. We finally got a win, and it's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since we've been in the winning column, so I'm happy, man. I'm happy.
I agree with you. It's funny because I was really on the edge of my seat the entire time, and I I'll be honest. It was just so many situations that came up that I said to myself, you know what? We're just gonna waste this perfect defensive performance, and
Yep.
we're just gonna play ourselves out of this game. We're gonna continue to shoot ourselves in the foot. But somehow, some way, defense finally took advantage of what the defense gave them. I swear, if we would have
Yep.
wasted this defensive performance, it would have really like messed me up, honestly.
Yeah, me too, man. It definitely would have. Um, what was it? I think it was the play where Darius Slay got the interception.
Hmm.
I think it was that play. It was a second one, and I was happy as hell.
Bro,
And you know when
tell me
that
about
Quez
it.
Watkins made that big play, the play before that, we were on the edge of our feet because I think it was like a turnover that got called back because Hurts was throwing the ball forward, so they must have seen it as a fumble, but they overturned it. And we went from going from a turnover to a touchdown, and that
Right.
gave us a lot of momentum. That was a great
That's a fact.
play, definitely for sure.
Yeah, that's a fact. And it was a shame that we wasted his first interception, right? Darius Slay's first interception.
Yes.
We had an opportunity to score a touchdown, and Greg Ward completely botched that pick play. He didn't have to do anything extravagant. All he had to do was just run his route, and the play would have just schemed him open. It was a perfect play, but once again a penalty took points off the board. This team has to be way more disciplined if we're going to beat quality opponents. We can't. We're not as dynamic. We're not talented enough to bounce back from significant penalties. I'm going to keep saying that. We're just not built to really score quickly, score fast, and in a hurry. We're not built that way. So we have to take advantage of every opportunity. We can't afford to make dumb mistakes. We can't have penalties that take points off the board. We can't have penalties that take yards off the board as well. It's just not a good way to play offense. And I've been saying it for about 2 or 3 weeks. It's like we have this. It's like the offense is in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde mode. It's like one game we're explosive, and the next game, we're just completely castrated on offense.
I agree. And I want to say one more real quick thing about Miles Sanders.
Yeah, yeah,
Dude,
you good, man. No rush. You good?
yeah, like my God, man, like I think they're gonna trade him. I really feel like they're gonna trade him. I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
have to say I think they're gonna trade him. This is what
yeah.
it looks like. It looks like they want to trade him. Like they want to get this man in a position to trade him. That's what they want
But
to do with Miles right now.
but
That's
I
what,
don't understand it because if you guys are even trying to position him to be traded, don't you want to give him some reps so people can see like what he's capable of? And
it's
just
crazy.
to your point, it's like Miles Sanders is better than Kenny Gainwell. Just based, just 'cause he's more all around. I understand Kenny Gainwell is a better route runner. He's a better pass catcher, but Miles Sanders is Miles Sanders. He's a talented running back. He's arguably a top 15, top 12 running back in his NFL. And you can't keep avoiding giving him the ball. It's not just him. We're not running the ball, period. And I don't understand it. Like on the first drive, we passed the ball 3 times in a row. I don't and just had a three and out. Like we're so lucky defense came through. We're so lucky defense came through for us.
Facts for sure. Yeah, Hurts did miss a lot of throws today, but you know what matters most? He got the win and he came in clutch to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, he has a game winning drive under his belt. Yep.
And you love to see it. You love to see him coming back from adversity, especially when they're throwing flags every single throw, every single down, flag, flag, flag. I'm getting
Man.
nauseous. Like it's not even an Eagles game, and if they throw a flag, I'm nauseous. That's
Yeah,
what it's
it's,
coming to.
it's, it's unacceptable. So like what do you think the problem is when it comes to the discipline? For me, I believe that I feel like the age of this coaching staff it's showing it. So I believe that there's just a lack of discipline because there's too much youth in the building. Just there's too much.
Yeah.
It seems like there's no adult in the room. There's
Yeah.
just there's no one to reel in Sirianni when he's doing something completely ass backwards. Like I feel like Sirianni would have been better off going for like a more experienced OC, somebody that he could bounce his ideas off of, but also keeps him honest in terms of what's really going on in the NFL. Just giving him that, just giving him that veteran, confidant on offense. I like Shane Steichen, but I don't know. It just seems like there's too much youth, and this team is not responding to. This team is not responding to Nick Sirianni. They're not responding to they're not responding to anybody when it comes to trying to fix these penalties. They're just not. The discipline seems like it's getting worse every week.
I 1000% agree with you. I just don't think there's a guy that you can lean towards in that coaching staff for like honesty for Sirianni. Stoutland, he is the only guy, but he's the offensive line coach. He gets paid to do what he has to do. He can't control what Sirianni does. So you have to understand that Sirianni like the age is showing for him. He had to get like a guy that knew what he was gonna do with his offense and actually he trusted. And I don't know if he has that with Shane Steichen, because look at Steichen, man. He has a record of running the ball a lot over his years in Los Angeles, Kansas City. I think he was with. Or that must have been Sirianni, but.
Yeah, Sirianni's with KC, but you're right though. Like Shane Steichen, he had a pretty large part in helping Justin Herbert develop.
Exactly.
So it's like, it's just there's something weird going on. I don't understand why we feel the need to be running all these screenplays. The offense has no sort of creativity. It seems like if it's not an RPO, it's a bubble screen. And if it's not a bubble screen, it's an RPO. And for the most part, in RPOs, we're giving it to we're allowing Jalen Hurts is constantly passing the ball, and Jalen Hurts is always in the shotgun. And if I want to see him in I formation.
Yep.
Like there's not enough plays in I formation. It's not. Sorry, not to cut you off, but there's not enough plays in I formation. There's too many plays in shotgun. The defense know what we're doing most of the time.
I noticed that Jalen Hurts is really good in play action. By the way,
right?
He seems really good at that. I get that people say he's like a run pass option guy, but I've noticed that he's done really well with the play action too. Like if he's going deep downfield. He's improving there. He's improving in that aspect. Like he knows how to throw a good deep ball. It's just he can't execute sometimes. And if he does that, then this dude is going to be a great quarterback in this league.
Yeah. Richie says, what is the difference between Sanders' situation and Zach Ertz's situation? Both created by the front office. Ertz is not living up to what he can be, just as bad as Miles' foolish play late in the game. Yeah, Miles Sanders, he kind of did some boneheaded things towards the end when it came to not run out of bounds. They were productive plays, but he just couldn't get out. He just didn't run out of bounds. But I put that on play calling also because the play calls were called for the running back to run towards the edge. Why didn't they have the running backs running in between the tackles? You get what I'm saying? Those were shotgun. Those are runs out of the shotgun. Those are RPOs. So naturally, he's going to run towards the edge. He's going to run towards the outside. He's going to run towards the zone area. So it was almost like he was forced out of bounds. Like he didn't want to just run without getting the necessary yardage. And eventually, they push him out of bounds. But yeah, he has to go down in some of those situations. But also the play calling also has something to do with that as well. When it comes to Zach Ertz had like 6 or 7 targets today. He only caught one of them. So I don't know necessarily what you mean by that, Richie. Zach Ertz had the targets. He just didn't do much with them. Granted, Jalen Hurts wasn't that accurate today. He could have been way better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I agree with you. If you want to waste some damn time, go up the middle. Stop going towards the edge. That's how you if you're winning the game and you have all this momentum with you, you might as well just run it up the middle, waste time, and keep killing the clock. And that's what you should have done, not go outside and get them a little more time. And if you make one boneheaded play, they get the ball back. That's not what you want. So it must have been better for them to just go up the middle and, waste some clock so we can get the win, which we did. But I'm just happy that we won the game.
Right, for sure. How did you feel about Fletcher Cox finally coming alive?
Yeah, man, that was great for him. You could imagine how he feels right now, especially getting the win. Oh man, like he finally looked a lot better.
Yeah, and also Fletcher Cox actually he had a great performance, not just by getting that sack, but actually he set up both sacks for Javon Hargrave and Josh Sweat.
Yep, that's true. And like, Tone, when I was watching that play where he got the sack, bro, it looked like the offensive lineman was scared to get his way. Like this man had the offensive lineman scared. Like he picked this boy up, slammed him, threw him away, and just sacked the hell out of Sam Darnold, bro.
It was rough. It was rough for him. Like, if we're being honest, both offensive lines didn't really do that good of a job. The Eagles' offensive line gave up some back-to-back sacks, in particular Jordan Mailata. He got abused by Hassan Riddick. That wasn't a good look. But overall, we were just able to just stay with it, man. We were able to stay alive, and you got to give this defense credit. All credit goes to the defense. The defense, every time offense failed, defense said, "We got you." Every single time, defense got key stops. And I was on the live stream this morning with Bird Gang and those guys, and we were talking to some Panthers content creators.
Yep,
shout out to Dave and T. Shout out to Dave and T Money. Shout out to those guys. They mentioned the fact that the Carolina Panthers have only scored 3 points have only scored 3 points in the third quarter out of all 8 games this season, and they struggled in the third quarter historically, and it showed. It showed the second half they were just non-existent.
Yeah, man. What happened to Sam Darnold in this game? I know he's been getting a lot of hype this entire year, man. Yeah, I didn't see him.
I knew it was premature. I knew it was premature because think about the quality of victory. Think about the quality of opponent. They didn't beat anybody. The only people they beat the Jets 19-14. Barely beat the Jets. They beat the Saints 26-7. Okay, but the Saints are a team that's still trying to figure out how good they are because Jameis Winston, sometimes he's hit and miss. And on top of that, again, they're still trying to figure out just how good they are. Texans, another team that's going through a lot right now. And also they didn't have Tyrod Taylor. And then they lost to the Cowboys. The first real test they got, they lost to the Cowboys. So both of their losses this season came from 2 NFC East teams. We lost to the Cowboys, but they lost to the Cowboys as well. But we beat the Panthers, so automatically that means we're better than the Panthers. So that's the baseline for us. We're better than the Panthers, who are 3-2. We actually didn't play well. That's the thing. They didn't play well either, but our defense made it so. Whereas I feel like we made it easy for the Carolina Panthers defense. We didn't make those guys work in any capacity.
Yeah, but ain't that crazy though? Like every single time our offense plays good, the defense plays bad, and every single time our defense plays good, the offense does bad. That's always a thing I notice. It's crazy, man.
It's mind blowing to me. It's mind blowing.
You'll never get a balance of both,
and that's an issue. That's something that's going to always be an issue. If we don't find a way to play complementary football, we're never going to really establish ourselves. We're just not. We're just not, man. We're just not. But I'm trying to think. So, what did you think of the linebacker play today?
Oh, I loved it today.
Because I felt like the linebackers they were playing more downhill. They were playing a little faster.
Yeah, I love it. I've mentioned that Jernard Avery needs more minutes, man. This dude looks like a stud out there, dog. That dude is a baller. Like you can tell he's just a raw linebacker. He plays that
Yep.
position a little better than the defensive end position. You
Yeah.
can see he's a lot better at that position. That's his natural position. Linebacker suits him more, and he looked a lot better. Like he looked like the player of the game. Slay had them 2 picks, and Nelson had that 1 pick. So of course they were going to get the game players for the defense. But Jernard Avery did really good. And I really thought the linebackers did good today. They were flying all over the field. Jay Edwards had the block punt, which helped us get the momentum.
That was huge.
Exactly. Sean Bradley, he got the recovery, I think.
Yep.
And the linebackers just did good in general. Now, one player I want to get on the linebackers that didn't do so well, but still had them tackles is Alex Singleton. I didn't feel like he played the best. He did okay, but I just didn't feel like he had the best game.
Yeah. Alex Singleton was hit or miss today. He was. I felt like he was getting exploited at times, but again, Sam Darnold was bad. Sam Darnold was very bad.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
And we got to acknowledge that, man. Sam Darnold was so bad to the point where it was almost criminal. It was almost criminal. It was like, let's be real. The Eagles were trying to lose this game. They were trying to lose the game.
It felt like it. The way they were playing, it felt like it. But they got the job done, man. But how'd you feel about Nick Sirianni's performance, though?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
How do you feel about Nick Sirianni's performance?
Nick Sirianni was not good today. I'm going to be honest about that as well. Nick Sirianni was not good today at all. Like I mentioned, his play calling was so flat-footed. His play calling was not. He didn't help. He didn't help at all. The defense did everything. The defense gave us short field after short field, and the play calling just was not creative. The play calling was not productive. Too many screenplays, bubble screens, and RPOs, and not running the ball enough. And just on top of that, Jalen Hurts not being completely accurate. It just wasn't good. Thank God for Quez Watkins also. Quez Watkins came up huge.
He's a grown man.
Quez Watkins should be getting more snaps than Rager. Period. Quez Watkins should be getting more reps than Jalen Rager. It's already said and done for me.
Yeah, man. Quez Watkins is a grown man. That boy is a stud. That boy plays hard. He plays hard-nosed football, and I love that about him. He's a dog. Like, you see this man getting open. He's streaking down the sideline. He's finding ways to get open. Like, you saw that one play, Jalen Hurts, he had him. And as soon as he saw that he missed Quez Watkins, he saw that he had him open, streaking down the field, and he didn't see it. He put his hands over his head and instantly regret that decision. And that's
he saw him wide open.
He saw him exactly wide open. Like, no one was next to Quez Watkins. And as soon as he saw that, he was pissed off. And then he said, I'm definitely not doing that again. What happened on that next drive, or was it that third quarter, I think, or fourth? Mm-hmm. He found Quez Watkins open, streaking down the field. He got him. Big play, 53 yards. That's what you love to see, man.
It was huge. It was huge, man. Yeah. I can't ask for anything more. I'm just glad we got the win.
Yeah, a win is a win. Win is a win.
A win is a win, man. A win is definitely a win.
This is one more win with over the Giants, so I'll take it. One more win than the Giants.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's true. But we got to find a way to catch up to the Cowboys. I don't know, man. The Cowboys look explosive. Cowboys look explosive, man. I cannot front.
Good. The Bucs don't really look so good. So I mean, I think they're gonna win this game, but I'm not really like scared. Like if I were going into a Chiefs game.
Yeah, I'll be honest, man. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a hell of a victory today. Hell of a victory. and they crushed the Miami Dolphins. Granted, it's the Miami Dolphins. I think we're better than the Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
I actually think Jalen Hurts is a little better than Tua, but that's neither here nor there.
A lot better.
Tua can't even defend
My
himself
opinion.
because Tua is hurt. But they crushed the Miami Dolphins. Let's just think about the quality. Let's actually look at the quality of victories for Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because Tampa Bay, they did beat the Cowboys. So let's give them credit for that. Who else did they beat? Tampa Bay beat the Cowboys. They beat the Falcons. They lost to the Rams, and they beat the Patriots. 1917, they beat the Dolphins. So the only quality victory came over the Cowboys. The moment they came up against some more competition, they lost to the Rams on the road. So they won all their home games. They have a road game coming to Philly. If we can catch them slipping on Thursday night on the road on a short week, because again, that was a high scoring game, and their defense is well rested because they were able to really take advantage of the Miami Dolphins offense. So, and our defense had to do a lot of work. I'm just hoping our defense isn't gassed and doesn't get torched from Tom Brady's stellar play. Tom Brady, I think he had 5 touchdowns today. Yeah, 5
It's
touchdowns.
worse for them though. I think it's
over
going to
400
be
yards.
Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be worse for them though, because they have to go from Tampa. They have to go from Tampa to Philly, and all we have to do is get from Philly to not from Philly. No, we have to get from Carolina to Philly.
Not
And
bad.
that's kind of a long road trip.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. So, Marley brought up a good point. Marley said Bucks don't play good on the road. They barely beat New England on the road. That's true. They barely beat New England. I think that also was one of those games that it was a very emotional game for Tom Brady. And on top of that, Bill Belichick, he's been scheming against Tom Brady for such a long time. It's one of those things that I'm pretty sure he just knew his tendencies. So I don't want to put too much stock into those things, but so far on the road, they haven't really shown to be that productive on the road. So if we can catch them slipping on the road again, then maybe we can maybe we can squeeze out a victory. Maybe we can steal one, and then bring our season, take our season off life support.
3-3 with like 12 days, and then you have to go and face the Raiders. I think that's great for the Eagles. If they beat the Buccaneers, you can see how much momentum that gives us, because then you have a lot of time to rest up. You go to the Raiders, right, at Allegiant Stadium. You have so much damn time in the world in 12 days to rest up, get your body together, get these boys freshened up, just get better and whatnot. Relax your body and just get better through that time. You have a lot of time, especially within like that, 12 days. You got this week, and then after that, you see these Raiders players in their game today with the Bears. They didn't play so well.
They didn't play well. Also, look, I feel you on that. I feel like the only two teams I'm worried about going forward are the Chargers and the Chargers, the Cowboys, and the Buccaneers. Other than that,
Exactly.
every other matchup is very winnable. We can beat the Raiders. The Raiders look human. They lost 2 games in a row. They lost today to the Bears, and they lost to the Chargers. And they got smoked. In both games, they didn't put up no more than 14 points. 14 points against the Chargers, 9 points against the Chicago Bears, and the Chicago Bears are not good at all. So that was a huge win for the Bears. The Bears are now 2-3. Oh, I'm sorry, the Bears are 3. The Bears 3-2. The Bears are 3-2. So, the Bears, they are what their record says. They're 3-2. The Bears, who did the Bears beat? The Bears beat Detroit.
They
beat the Bengals. And now they beat the Raiders, and they lost to the Browns and the Rams. So they lost to the people they were supposed to lose to, the Rams and the Browns. They're just better teams. They beat the Lions. The Lions aren't as good as the Bears. I can say that. I feel like the Bengals underperformed in that game, especially knowing how the Bengals went toe to toe with. They went toe to toe with Aaron Rodgers today. That was a hell of a game. But This Eagle team, bottom line, no matter how we slice it, they have a tall task ahead of them. Have being on a short week, but the good thing is they're home. That's the one thing. So yeah, I'm not scared of the Raiders. I'm not scared of the Lions. I'm not scared of the Broncos. I'm not scared of the Saints. The Saints either. We have some people on the schedule, some teams on the schedule that we can take advantage of. On top of that, I'm on top of that, I'm not scared of the Giants, the Jets, or the Washington football team. So right now we're about 2-3, right? If let's say we lose to the Buccaneers and the Chargers, that will put us at. So if we lose to the Buccaneers, that'll put us at 2-4. We beat the Raiders, that put us at 3-4. We beat the Lions, that put us at 4-4. Lose to the Chargers, puts us at 4-5. We beat the Broncos, puts us at 5-5. Beat the Saints, puts us at 6-5. Beat the Giants, puts us at 7-5. Beat the Jets, puts us at 8-5. Get a bye. Beat the Washington football team 9-5. Beat the Giants 10-5. Beat the Washington football team 11-5. And if we lose to the Cowboys, that puts us at 11-6. So we can very well go 11-6 this year. It's very possible. Just all things considered from the schedule, because the Broncos look human, Saints look human, Lions and Raiders look human, Washington football team and Giants look human. I think the Giants lost Saquon for the year.
No, he's not out for the year. I think they said that it's like week to week or something.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That swelling looked really bad though. It looked really bad.
You seen how Jones got carted off the field? Oh my God.
Daniel Jones got smoked. That was rough. I actually felt bad for him. He looked like he didn't know where he was.
Yeah.
I just felt bad for him. So we can very well go 11-6. Very well. Because if we take advantage of opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all. And that's actually around what I thought for this team could be. I thought this team could be, I thought we had a 10-7, 9-8 team. If we can go 11-6 and beat the teams that look human, then I don't see why not.
If we go 11-6, that's a perfect season for us.
Right. Like and you guys in the chat, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that's very plausible? Really think about the opponents. You know, like I said, the Raiders, it's times where they look good and it's times where they don't. Like again, they're a team that's trying to figure it out as well. The Raiders, the Detroit Lions, the Broncos, the Saints. None of those teams are world beaters. We can catch those teams slipping on any given Sunday. So my thing is, if we can take advantage of the opponents we're supposed to beat this season, we can have a positive outlook on this team. We can have a positive outlook on Jalen Hurts. My thing is with Nick Sirianni, will he open up the playbook? There's no way in hell we're only running bubble screens and RPOs. There's no way that's the only thing we do. There's no way.
You know what I've noticed, man?
Even Doug Peterson didn't even run that many RPOs.
Yeah. I've noticed a lot, like nowadays, this man Jalen Hurts only has Devontae Smith as his only read. That's it. His only read is Devontae Smith. It's like they're forcing only Devontae Smith when you got guys like Quez Watkins wide open, streaking down the field. Like, I know I wasn't the only one tripping out when I saw Quez Watkins, who was like all by himself in an island. No one close to him. I thought I was tripping out, but there he was. That man was wide open. No one was close to him.
Yeah, so, I don't understand it.
It's crazy because like you gotta go to Quez Watkins. Not every single play has to be designed to Devontae Smith. Like, I get he was good, but you don't have to keep proving to us why he was a number 10 pick. There's other guys on the team that you can feed the ball to. Like, some of the best offenses in the NFL don't even force feed their best player. Like today, maybe Devontae Adams got his force fed, but you got guys like MVS, Robert Tonyan, the Chiefs. They don't force feed one player. They go to everybody.
Yeah, I feel
So
that. I feel that. It's like we we have talent on the offense. We just got to feed the guys, right? And
exactly.
Quez Watkins, he gets open all the time,
All
all the time. That's what blows my mind. He gets open all the time. And I feel like we don't go to Quez Watkins enough. I feel like you know what happens? It seems like Quez Watkins is like the it's like it's like he's the axe behind the glass, and whenever the fire alarm goes off, you got to break the glass and take out the axe. And it seemed like Quez Watkins is the break the glass player, when in reality he can get open all the time. He has the speed and the route running ability to get open. He doesn't only have to run go routes. You can take advantage of his speed and allow him to run things in the intermediate, and he will always keep the cornerback. He will always keep the cornerback on his heels.
that safety was confused on where Quez Watkins was going when he had your reception. He had him confused. He had him all types of scared. Like Quez Watkins had this man so nervous, and that's what you like to see when
Mm-hmm.
the safety is on his heels, scared because the receiver clearly has him beat and is having to make him have options. That's good. That shows us that this dude is a stud and he's giving us something to be happy about. So
Man,
I'm happy about Quez Watkins and his play.
yeah. Yeah, there are things to hang your hat on with this team at moments. We know we got a legit wide receiver in Devontae Smith. He's guaranteed on a bad day to give you 7 catches over 70 yards. And that's good. That's great. That's great to see. Jamar Chase right now is leading the rookies in terms of receiving yards and touchdowns, I believe. But
Yep.
Devontae Smith is second when it comes to yards, I believe. Um, but it's hard to really determine if Jamar. It's really hard to determine who won. But regardless, Jamar Chase, we didn't have a chance at getting him because the Bengals wanted him from the get go. But Devontae Smith, I believe we got our guy. And Devontae Smith, he's a beautiful route runner. And the thing about the Bengals is they actually open up their offense. They allow their quarterback the ball. It seems like we're limiting Jalen Hurts. It seems like we're holding him on this leash or something. It's crazy.
To only one person. Yeah. To only one person they're giving him the ball to. So you gotta start thinking like more like in like out of the picture, not to one person. You gotta start thinking about the entire team. Like that's what Nick Sirianni was talking about this entire offseason. He was talking about how he wanted to talk about this team, how he was talking about the fundamentals, like talking about each other. How can we make each other better? And that's not how you make each other better. You have to make each other better by getting each other right. So he's not doing it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. We put too much pressure. We put too much pressure on Jalen Hurts, man. We force Jalen Hurts to sometimes just do the impossible. When in reality, if we run the ball just a little more, we run the ball just a little more, we can get Jalen Hurts going. We can get him going if we just run the ball just a little more. Because, like you said, he loves to play action. He loves to take advantage of those kind of things. And it just seems like sometimes we overcomplicate it and just do these weird bubble screens and a lot. Like, there's nothing wrong with relying on your playmakers, but I feel like we're putting up, like, why are we throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage all the time?
Yeah, always, man. Like, who is like an offense player you were intrigued by the way, Tom? Like,
Hmm,
other than Watkins, like Smith, because we know them boys played really good.
that's a good question. For me, let me just take a quick look at the. I was really intrigued by. Hmm, it's interesting because like no one else really stood out really. No one else really stood out. Um, the fact that Miles Sanders was averaging 4 yards a carry means that he was productive in the run game. Uh, they went to Miles Sanders a few times in the passing game as well. He had in total, Miles Sanders had 16 touches for 50 yards. I'm sorry, he had 16 touches for
45.
45. Yeah, for 45. Well, I'm including the little receiving
And the
yards he got
receiving.
too.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so 45 rushing yards plus the 6 receiving yards is 51
Yep.
yards total. So he has 16 touches on 51 yards. That's not enough production. But the passing game really, they kept throwing him the ball behind the line of scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it really wasn't the best thing for Miles Sanders entirely. Just they just kept putting him in compromised positions. Shout out to my man Birdman 95 for coming in the
Yes, sir.
building. Birdman 95, what's going on, man? Holding it down in Cali, the big dog, the Don.
What's
Yes,
good,
sir.
guys? Hey, thanks for having me on, man. I just seen that you're on, so I was like, all right, cool, because I was gonna go live too, man. It's just a crazy
Yeah, for sure, man.
day.
Let's kick it.
Crazy day. You know, I know there's a lot of stuff the Eagle fans want to get into and stuff, but I'm still stunned that happened today, man. I still can't believe that I could actually, the Birdman could say, I got the green lights today, no red lights.
You look,
We're
bro.
not we're
Looks good,
green.
man. Looks good. I like it. Looks beautiful,
and
man. I love it.
Beautiful.
I miss my green color. I feel my color coming back. So I've been, you know what I'm saying? So man, shout out to the Eagles. I know, guys. We know what we saw, and it was all that in the bag of chips. It was bad, awful. It was that bad. But somehow, some way, the Eagles played for another day, another chance for us to do something in the season as bad as it looked.
Yeah.
You
Jonathan
can,
Gannon coached for his life, man. Jonathan Gannon, he lives to coach another day, man. Because it was a witch hunt coming out for that guy, man. It was a witch hunt coming out, and if defense would have looked terrible in this game, thank God they didn't. But if they would have, oh man, Jonathan Gannon probably wouldn't even made it to week 8. It's
right.
just, but you know, Nick Sirianni once again just making it hard on the defense, making the defense work harder than they have to. There's no creativity, there's no nuance to this offense. It's either a bubble screen or to RPO, and it's crazy. We're not running the ball enough, man.
Yeah, definitely. You know, going out there and just getting that 3 and out like that, because you know every week the Eagle fans are striving to see. All right, we seen the bad. Let's see. Let me know what. Let's dive into that playbook. Let's open it up a little bit. Let's let Sanders eat. And of course, I saw Sanders running, but it was when we had no time left, and then when we started running the ball, I said, you know, hey Nick. Little secret, you could have started doing that in the beginning, man. You know, let's just it's kind of like you're trying to ask this girl to the prom. You kind of have to warm up to it a little bit, get that courage going, send the vibes out and get
That's
it
me
going.
right there.
And then we can start slinging the rock, running the RPOs and looking all fancy.
Right. You can't walk up to her all cold. You gotta butter her up a little bit. You gotta hold the door over. You gotta hold the door open for sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say you need help with your homework. You know, I know that was a little tough. You know, you gotta warm up to. You gotta butter her up. You know, you gotta ease your way in. Then you go for the kill and say, hey, listen, can I go out with you? You are amazing.
Right.
And it seems like we're not doing that. You know, we're just trying to pop the cherry early. And it's like, no.
We're trying to be in the gym, and we're trying to moonwalk and let everybody know that I'm in the building. Hey, look at me, smell me, look at this guy. I'm the new king in town. And
Exactly.
before you even started dancing, before you even start thinking you're this and that, you gotta take a step back. And that's where I felt that the Eagles, like, it's like I feel like Nick gets a little bit too antsy. I feel like he has like a new toy, and he's like, oh, let me get him with that Quez. Let me hit him with that Rager. This guy's got. Let him hit him with Devontae. They don't know me, so I think he feels impatient, and I understand because you do see the potential of what's out there, but the thing is, like, let's get, you got to break loose, loosen up a little bit. Don't play so tight. Relax a little bit.
Right.
Running a little bit gets those, that fear out and that nervousness. You're in hostile territory, which it didn't sound like. I could hear the birds chirping in there.
Bro,
every time
you are not wrong. The Eagles took over Carolina. I was keeping up with some Panthers content creators, and they said it was a point in that game where the crowd was screaming defense for the Eagles. It was crazy.
So the Eagle fans, man, shout out to y'all doing it in that building. And even though it's been rough and tough with this season and everybody's kind of taking a step back, but hey, you guys still hold it down. And I will be in Las Vegas on the West Coast down there representing, and I can't wait.
Sir.
That's hard. That's hard.
And I am going to be repping. I got the mask, everything. I'm going to be rocking and rolling. I'll be in the building, man. So you guys wait for the video.
Against some Raider fans, bro.
That's fire. And I was just telling Big Play Slay that we have a real opportunity to salvage this season, man. We have an opportunity to actually come out pretty all right, despite having a rough start to the season.
Let me ask you something. What's more important than just salvaging the season? What is the number one thing on this Eagles bucket list that we got to scratch off this? What's the number one thing?
We got to figure out the quarterback situation. We got to make sure Jalen Hurts is the guy.
That's more. I got honest truth. That is more important than us stepping into the playoffs and all that stuff. But believe me, of course I want to go playoffs and all that.
Of course.
This is a big moment in time. This is a big moment in history with the Philadelphia Eagles, because if we can salvage and kind of fix this up, make those L's that we took to W's. I know it's not going to be a whole bunch of them, but when we can, let's do it. And we got to make Jalen look like he can be the franchise quarterback. And we could kind of just relax a little bit, because a lot of Eagle fans are tense. I was hearing the noise today, put in Flacco Taco, and I'm already hearing all the things and all that, because the people get scared and all that. But I said, nah, man, we gotta right this ship. This is part of it. This is the part of growing up. Yeah, this is where you find out where you're true Eagle fan. We gotta ride this out, guys. I know it sucks, but we have to ride this out. He has to have these things that are not going his way. But the thing that I will say is Nick Sirianni is not really helping him when it comes to exactly what we're talking about. Is getting ready to ask that girl to the prom. You're kind of acting like you're already there, like you already did it. So Nick has to kind of like, let's even the flow a little bit here, man, because it seems like you're just getting a little too gun happy and a little too excited when you don't. There don't need be. You don't need to. Just take what they're giving to you. There's no problem running Miles. There's no problem running Gainwell. Shit, I mean, you want to throw Boston in there? Throw Boston in there.
Bro, Boston Scott hasn't seen the field at all this year. It's crazy. It's crazy.
The only time they bring them out is the Giants games. That's it.
and honestly, I think that's over and done with. You know what I'm saying? Because the previous coaching staff, considered him the giant killer. We're gonna see what happens, but ultimately, when you really think about the schedule, the two teams or the three teams, if the three teams I see us losing against are the Buccaneers, Chargers, and the Cowboys when we play them in the final matchup of the season. Other than that, all those other teams that we play, the Lions, the Raiders, the Saints, the Broncos, Giants, Jets, Washington football team, all those teams look very human. All those teams are very beatable. The Raiders just lost to the Bears today. Did not look good at all. The Broncos, I believe they just lost to the Saints. They lost to the Steelers today. The Steelers are a dumpster fire right now.
Right.
You think about the Jets and the Giants, we already know those teams are bad. It's no conversation about those guys. And then the Saints, they got a victory today, but they beat a bad Washington football team, but they lost to the Giants last week. So it's like when you think about the upcoming opponents outside of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, outside of the Chargers, outside of the Cowboys, we can very well go 11-6. We can very well
I
go
think we can go
11-6.
12-5 if I'm personally
Woo!
being honest. 12-5, man.
But
Because
that's if. But that's real quick. That's if. That's very. Listen, it's a big if, and it's if
yeah,
Nick Sirianni doesn't play his quarterback out of the game. If he allows his quarterback, allow your quarterback to quarterback. It seems like he's just having these extended handoffs. You know what I'm saying? With all the bubble screens, throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage. It's like these extended handoffs or these extra large pitch plays. It's like, bro, like if you're going to run the ball, run the ball. If you're going to pass the ball, pass the ball. Stop. It's nothing wrong with mixing in bubble screens here and there, but he's starting to cheapen the product in terms of the bubble screen. He's starting to cheapen the product in terms of the RPO. He's starting to take away the luster. He's starting to actually make those plays seem way more, or he's starting to make those plays seem primitive. Those plays don't have the same pop as they used to because you're doing them all the time. Now they don't have the same impact. They don't carry the same weight. They can't be as explosive because the teams are looking towards that now. At this point in the season, now it's time for you to switch it up because teams are going to start looking for RPOs. They're going to start looking for bubble screens. If you switch it up now teams don't know how to play you. They don't know how to treat you.
And you know what, Tone? You know what else is bothering me? What's up with these late flags and what's up with us getting no touchdown, man? You know that any haters or whatever you want to say, you know, that's devastating. I mean, I looked at the touchdown, right? I knew, okay, touchdown, okay, boom, and I said, wait a second, I seen ref already go into the pocket. I said, oh no, and then because everybody was already like touchdown, I said, nah, man, nope, hold on, and sure enough, that fool flinged the flag. But I don't know what's up with it, man. I don't know. Bad juju. I don't know what it's called, but seeing all these touchdowns come off the scoreboard, man,
that will mess with your morale. That will mess with your head. That can mess with you.
It's getting to where it's disgusting. This is like it's making me sick. It's making, not only were we playing so bad in the beginning, but we finally score, and you're gonna take it away from me. It's like I don't remember watching football, Eagles football like this, and watching points go on the board and then they take them back this much, man. I don't recall, man.
It's so sad. All things considered, like you nailed it. That's crazy. Shout out to Jeremiah Butler for the $1.99 super chat, man. I appreciate that, man. Shout out to Jeremiah Butler, always showing love, man. He said shout out to you, Tone, and Philly 250 Bird game. That's funny as hell, man. Yes, so shout out to my man Bird, man. Birdman is grinding this content game. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Birdman's channel. He's legit. Birdman, if you don't mind, I would love to keep you in this live stream, just to keep on kicking it if you're good with that.
Yeah, let's go.
For sure, man. So what are your thoughts on, first of all, how did you feel about that? How did you feel about that pump block from TJ Edwards and then the recovery by Sean Bradley? That was timely.
I was happy, but then I was mad at the same time because I felt like that could have been to the building, because I got nervous because I was like, our offense hasn't been doing anything. And I said, bro, we need anything and everything, man. I said, why did you sit down? I get it, but I don't. But I was like, nah, man, try to go to the house right now.
Yeah. When I saw that, I'm thinking to myself, my God, please take it to the house. Please scoop and go. But it seemed like he just wanted to get possession. Like, I'm glad we got it. Don't get it twisted. But you gotta knock that play out the park. You gotta take their souls on that play.
Ben, you gotta go Thanos on him, man. I'm sorry, little one. You gotta go Thanos there. And I got really nervous. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I got really nervous on that because I felt that that was one in the building. That was ours right there. And but thank God we still got the touchdown, because that made me really nervous. And but you know what? Shout out to Carolina. People could say they're garbage and all these guys that say all these weird things, but you know what? They put up a good fight, man.
Their defense is legit.
They know the Eagles struggles, and they know they're young. They know they know what the deal is, and they did take advantage when they had the opportunity. You seen DJ and even luckily Robbie dropped that one at towards the end there, but that was crucial too, man. They were still they were still in there to do some damage. It's not like we're just gonna walk away. But I mean, this was a classic fight at the end of the day. Of course, we're disappointed the way the offense looked in the beginning. It looked like we just didn't even know what we were doing. But again, I think sometimes Sirianni kind of tries to think too much outside the box, or I think he feels this pressure where he gotta do something with these guys. Like, we gotta throw that rock to Devontae, and he's gotta burn everybody, and Quez, and it's like, man, just take what the defense gives you, and let's just eat a little bit. Let's eat some of that clock. We don't gotta. The one thing too, man, is like, I give it up to the defense because we were gassing them. We've been gassing our defense. Gas 3 and out. Here comes the defense. 3 and out. Defense 3 and out. So I, shout out to the defense for holding it down for 60 minutes. They held it down for 60 minutes, guys. As
Not
bad
easy.
as our offense was looking, man. And then
because look.
And still taking points off the board. There's finding a way to put points off a board against Tampa. I guarantee you the referees looking to find a way to take points off the board. I'm tired of that, man.
Bro, man, this defense, because like if we really think about it, and shout out to my man Berging 31 for coming into the live stream, man. Super good to that guy for allowing me to kick it with him earlier. That was a great live stream this morning, man. Shout out to him and shout out to Berging 31 Network. Make sure you guys go like, comment, and subscribe to all their content, man. Bird Gang is on the rise. The Bird Gang is flying high, and this victory was wild, man. Like the way the defense seemed like they had the defense seemed like they hit an extra gear in that second half. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. Think about. I know we all seen the first Space Jam, right? Remember when they all went into halftime and they were just completely demoralized, and then Bugs Bunny brought out Mike's secret stuff, and all of a sudden they drink that water. It was just water, by the way. They drink that water, and everybody was just playing outside of their mind, right? It seemed like that team found Darius Slay's secret stuff, because Darius Slay got it going early with the pick with the interception, and I believe the first quarter, right? Or the first half, something like that. He got it going early. We got to capitalize on a touchdown. We got to score a touchdown in that drive. You don't waste something like that. So we have to do a better job of capitalizing in the red zone. We got to do a better job at being more disciplined, not taking points off the board. That's the fifth touchdown, or I believe the fourth or fifth touchdown we got taken off the board because of a penalty, and that's just completely unacceptable. Bergen 31, what's your thoughts about the game, man?
Yeah, man, it was a good game, man. Like I said, the offense was garbage for 3 quarters. But, you know what I'm saying, it happens. We've been having those games this year where the offense plays good and the defense is garbage, and the defense plays good and the offense is garbage. But I think today, JG switched it up a little bit. You seen, Slay take more one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? He took out the best receiver. He had 2 picks today. You know what I'm saying? The secondary played a really good game today. If you watch that play, my favorite play was when Slay gets that interception. But if you watch in the background of that, McLeod came by and destroyed that receiver. You know what I'm saying? So if Slay didn't even get that pick, that receiver's gonna get destroyed. Either way it went.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was so sweet. I love seeing it. Our offense, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's a work in progress. Nick Sirianni still needs to run the ball. He hasn't ran the ball yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about 11 rushes for Booby. Booby needs to spend, the last 3 minutes you've seen him getting those yards. Yes, it sucked him running out of bounds. I didn't like that when he was doing that, stopping the clock. But at the same time, he was being a very productive running the rock, And I think, these coaching staffs, like I said, they're young. They're starting to see things, you know what I'm saying? They're starting one step at a time with each other, you know what I'm saying? One person realizes something. JG realizes he had to switch it up a little bit today. We switch it up a little bit. Our defense plays better, has turnovers and sacks. Now Nick Sirianni needs to go back to the drawing board and realize that he's trying to play Jalen Hurts like a pocket quarterback, and that's not Jalen. Jalen Hurts is a dual threat. You got to play him like a dual threat. You can't just have him sitting back there in shotgun formation. You got to, like you said, we got to have real run plays. We need to line up in I formation. We need to line up in different formations besides just RPO shotgun stuff that we're doing. You know what I'm saying? People, like, we're doing all this play action out of for one, we don't even run the ball to even be doing all these play actions. For 2, people aren't even biting on it. So the windows that you're looking for in your passing game are not as open as they even should be, considering the fact that we don't run the ball. So I think we need to get the run game started early, especially against a team like Tampa Bay next week. We're going to definitely have to get in there and get the The run game started early, but a win is a win. Jalen had a bad day throwing. When he's having a bad day throwing, you got to let him run more. When he is throwing good, and I can see you dialing up a couple more passes. And I think we need to get Quez Watkins in the game a lot more, involved in the game plan.
Come
I
on,
agree with
Bird
you,
Gang.
man.
Come on, Bird
I
Gang.
agree with you.
14-3 though. 14-3
Until
Hey,
proven otherwise, my guy. That's a
14-3.
Ricky knows
I
about
ain't gonna lie, man. I can't even jump out the window that fast, Bergen. That 14-3.
That's
Until
real
proven
too.
otherwise,
I'm not mad at it, but damn.
It started
Hey,
out 16-0.
and you know what,
Yeah.
guys? Big shout out goes to Fletch, man. He's been feeling all the heat, all this talking. I mean, it's been on YouTube channels and everything. He's been feeling that heat. He said something on this presser about it. So, shout out to Fletch, man, for coming in and also letting what's our guy Hargrave eat, man.
Hargrave let him eat on that play. That sack he got, Hargrave let him eat.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
but let's
have
be
20
real.
sacks.
Fletcher Cox set up both those sacks for Josh Sweat and Hargrave. He set them up. We ran a lot.
Shout
Like
out to
my
the
man John
commentator.
Nunes said we ran a lot of like we said, Jonathan Gannon mixed it up a lot, and he mixed it up a little bit. We ran some more stunts. We blitzed a little bit more this game too. You know what I'm saying? So you see what happens when we blitz and we're able to get these guys going, man.
Shout out to Nelson and shout out to Big Play Slave, man.
What did I tell you?
Because these guys aren't no bombs, man. They need to be playing some more one-on-one more often. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta break that. You gotta let these guys play one-on-one more often with these receivers.
And it builds something, Bergang. It really builds something. Like I didn't see that after how they celebrate in the locker room. So I hope that they were dancing and cheering and all that because they need that, man. They really need to get
Nick
that confidence.
Yeah, Birdman. Nick Sirianni said they were super emotional after the game. He even said himself they were emotional in that locker room.
I will say this, guys. I will say this. I'm really concerned about Lane Johnson, man, because I don't like what I'm hearing about the pill thing and all that. That's really concerning, man. And I hope to God that's not what it is because we are going to be
it's because his wife left. And that I'd rather it be a pill thing than your wife leave. That's a whole nother emotion right there. You might not get over that in a couple of weeks. A pill thing, okay, rehab, whatever. You know what I'm saying? After a couple of days of detoxing, you're gonna get over that. But it's been 2 weeks now. If it's the wife thing, then that's a lot more extreme. And I don't know when you see Lane Johnson. You think about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we might not see him for a couple of weeks.
Man. I hope he's good. I hope everything is good for him because when you start when these personal, these guys are human, right? These guys eat, sleep, shit. They bleed just like us. So we got to put it into perspective, and hopefully whatever he's going through right now, it's fixable. It's redeemable. I just hope that it's nothing too life altering.
Serious, yeah, where he's not going to be able to be on the field. But I don't know if it was weird for you guys, but it was kind of weird seeing, Dillard on the left with Dickerson, and then you see that was so weird for me seeing. I'm like, man, I'm not used to this, man. And I think it was kind of affecting Mulata. Did he have 2 penalties today, or was it 1?
He gave up 2 sacks.
Mulata gave up 2 sacks back to back to the same guy, Hassan Riddick. But the second sack was the second sack was really bad because the entire offensive line didn't move when Jason Kelce snapped the ball. They were all they were all like a second or 2 late, and it allowed the entire Panthers line to jump up that. It looked way more. It made them look way more explosive than it actually was. The Eagles did not react to Jason Kelce because Jason Kelce, he looked over to make sure everybody was ready. He hyped it, and he was the only one that moved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it made.
I think we need to get Mulata back on that left though.
Yeah, it makes me nervous. Like I kind of hate doing the whole merry-go-round O-line. We've been doing a merry-go O-line since the damn Super Bowl, man. When can we stop with the merry-go-round? Can we just have our guys? It's like, man, I would have
much rather had Driscoll at right and Mulata at left, where it's more natural for him.
Yeah, especially come out the end.
Yeah, especially coming off the injury. It was bad having him on that right side. He got taken advantage of a little bit. I trust Driscoll at right tackle. I just do. He plays pretty well when he's in.
Yeah.
Same thing with Herbig. I would like for Herbig and Driscoll to hold down that right side, and
Yeah.
Mailata and Dickerson and Mailata and Dickerson to hold down that left side, and Kelsey obviously in the middle. I would have preferred that.
Let me ask
Yeah.
you something real quick, guys. The way we won today, is this something we could get used to it where we're not seeing that much run? Because I don't know if I can get used to this.
I can't.
Now we're gonna
I can't.
win
It's
football
not sustainable.
games. It's just logic, dude. Like every single thing that's the problem of our team besides penalties, and even some of those penalties coming from not running the ball. You know what I'm saying? We're getting all these illegal procedure penalties that's coming from we're not running the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like we're trying to do RPOs too much to the point where, linemen don't know whether they're blocking or running or, pass blocking or run blocking or what they're doing. So they're getting caught up on all these penalties. The injuries to the line will stop. We run the ball. These are big 300-pound men. They shouldn't be backpedaling the whole game. You know what I'm saying? They need to be exposing their will on the defensive tackles and defensive linemen in front of them. You know what I'm saying? They'll help open up the passing game with linebackers getting sucked in because the linebackers are not biting on any of these pass plays anymore. Bring up the safety even more. Like even today, I seen a lot of plays where the middle of the field was wide open down the field. Like if we would have had Quez, just like how we hit Quez on that one, we need to do more plays designed for that if this is the kind of offense you're going to be running because, they're leaving the middle of the field wide open for us to just take advantage of. But they know that Jalen usually throws to the left or the right, so we need to find a way to compromise that, and it helps with time possession. We lost a battle of time possession today, and against a good quarterback and against a good team, we need to have the ball longer than them. So we need to get used to running the ball. So like running the ball will help out a lot of flaws that our team has right now.
And it's like
But
there's no
yeah.
logical explanation on this is the 5th week now. There's no
Yeah.
logical explanation to continue doing what we're doing. I don't understand it because they didn't do that in Indy. And I was excited about seeing what they did in Indy. So I'm like, oh, we're going back to the run game. And it's like we need banners saying, everybody's saying run the damn ball, but he's not listening. I don't know what this theory is. I think it's like thinking outside the box for some reason, but I don't understand. I don't.
Yeah, it's strange,
Right.
man. Like y'all said, we lost time of possession bad, and the defense came through and asked for anything more than that, except for our offense to actually play some level of competent offense. What I've been saying is the fact that this offense is like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You don't know what you're going to get, man. It's like a full moon. Like it's the strangest thing with this offense. One week we're able to drop over 30 points. Then then next week we're only can drop no more than 20. It's mind-boggling how inconsistent this offense is and how castrated they look sometimes. Sometimes it seems as though they just don't know what they're doing.
No. It's that first, that rookie head coach thing, rookie play calling things, I feel like I said last week, like our coaches on offensive defensive coordinators, they're going into it acting like they have this plan that's so great, kind of like Dougie P and Swartz did, but at least they kind of earned their stripes. Like Swartz earned his stripes. He knew his sticks defense had exposure, but it also works for so long in the NFL that he had a little bit of backing of why he does it. Like these guys can't be coming into the season thinking they have a foolproof plan. You know what I'm saying? It has to be adapting as they go. And I think that's the problem they're having as early coaches, realizing that yes, you have a plan and yes, it can work, but you're not doing everything to make that plan work. And sometimes you got to tweak the plan a little bit to get it. You know what I'm saying? Don't have nothing concrete. You know what I'm saying? Just go with a base plan at what you want to do, but you got to be willing to adjust in certain situations of the game.
I agree with
That's
you.
a fact.
And I liked how the linebackers played today, man. They didn't look so scared. The linebackers didn't look scared at all today. They usually just look nervous as hell out there. Every single down, and they look nervous. And they didn't look nervous today, and I love that about them today. I didn't think they looked shaky at all. They looked a lot more shakier last week when they tried covering Travis Kelce because they know what Travis Kelce can do. I don't know who the Panthers tight end are. They got Arnold and Tremble.
Thomas.
Yeah, Ian Thomas. They're not going to be scared of those tight ends. So they looked a lot better today, and they trusted the cornerbacks and the safeties and the secondary in general. They trusted them, and they just looked a lot better today. They were flying over the the field. So
Yeah,
I
they
like
were
that
definitely
play.
playing more downhill. Definitely, they were definitely playing more downhill. That's a fact. Also, you guys, make sure you guys hit that like button as well in the live stream. We got 20 people in the live stream. We are going up right now, man. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Bird Gang 31, his Eagles content channel. Also, go subscribe to Bird Gang 31 Nation. That's another channel as well where he collaborates with a lot of other Eagles content creators, and he's building that network. So make sure you guys go lock in on him as well. Also, go check out my man Birdman 951. His channel is growing. He's killing it right now. And Big Play Slay, he's killing it in the content game as well. Go subscribe to all these guys. Those guys are really, really inspirations to me. They motivate me to keep going, keep grinding each and every day with this content game. And it's just dope seeing the community grow. It's amazing seeing people's channels grow and just see how everyone has their own flavor, their own twist of how to give this content. And it's just really dope to see, man. It's all about collaboration. Everybody eats for sure.
Yeah.
Man, what's up with the Cowboys getting all fate is just going every which way. They play the Giants, lose Danny food stamps like Bird Gang said.
Yeah.
Y'all leave Daniel Jones alone, man. That dude's been
Nah.
playing good.
Hey, he's a big gun. Why are you leading with your helmet? You don't lead with your helmet. Cop Pizzle tried to say that wasn't his fault. That was all his fault, man. You don't lead with your helmet.
He definitely led with his helmet. Definitely.
Yeah, that was his fault. And then man, I'm not trying to clown too much, but man, Saquon, man, you got the worst juju in a running back, man. And
that was the worst thing ever, like how he got hurt like that.
So bad.
He's gonna be like a what if story. 20 years from now, he's
done.
Gonna be like.
What if Cowboy fans got the pom poms acting like they just beat the Super Bowl champs? I'm like, come on, guys, let's relax a little bit. The only
who's that garbage, and then you had who was that backup that played? Who's
that dude?
Devontae.
Oh, you talking about
Glennon or something? Glennon or something.
Glennon. Yeah, Glennon.
Mike Glennon.
Yeah, Mike Glennon. Wow.
Yo, listen. We got to get
King.
I'm not gonna lie. Trevon Diggs, look, he had 6 interceptions in 5 games.
Oh my God, that boy's a grown man. That dude knows how to play football.
He's on fire. I got to get Trevon Diggs his credit, man. He is on fire.
And the backup quarterback for the Giants, Glennon, man, he got a 5-6 inch neck, man. You can see over the whole line, the ocean and everything. How you not hitting your rings, man? Come on, that next.
If he thought Danny Foodstep was trash, that guy's.
Oh man, hey,
man.
Hey, you guys go donate to Cop Pizzle, man. You know he's crying over there.
And they lost who else? Saquon. They lost Galloway again. Galloway.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, man. Yo, they were just getting abused. And it's remember how they got Bradbury right in the offseason. Yo, Bradbury was getting cooked.
Tony got hurt.
Kadarius Tony got off the field when he was having a great day. Like they can't catch a damn break to save their lives.
Kadarius Tony was having a great game. Kadarius Tony had 10 catches for 189 yards.
Whoa!
Yeah, he went off.
I like when he played that quarterback when he did that option.
Oh yeah, I saw that play. That was
that was a nice little run there.
That was crazy. That was crazy, man.
I like
Chase.
If we would have got a defensive player, I wouldn't have cared if once we moved back, if we would have got a defensive player, was still able to get Tony or something like that. That would have been a nice pick for us.
Yeah, I really wanted to.
The rookie receivers have been playing really good football, man. Like y'all noticed that today, all receivers were playing really good football. That's what I noticed today.
Yeah,
the Dallas Cowboys, they only play like one really strong team, I think, and it's just the Cardinals.
No, they didn't. They didn't play the Cardinals yet.
No, they got. I'm saying that they only play like the best teams I see is like I don't even know.
On the schedule. Gotcha.
On their schedule. Okay, that makes sense.
Because they got the Patriots, and I mean, who's scared of the Patriots right now? The Vikings, I guess if they're healthy. Broncos, I don't know. They
They're
lost
shaky.
today, right?
They're shaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Broncos lost today. They're shaky. They
The
lost to the Steelers,
Falcons?
who are not good.
They're gonna play the Falcons, the Chiefs, Raiders, the Saints, Washington.
Hey, Pitts finally came alive today for Atlanta.
Yeah, he caught a touchdown, right? He sure did.
He came alive in London the other day.
Kyle Pitts. Yeah.
Yep.
So
He had,
I mean,
I think he had. Let me double check it real quick. Kyle Pitts had 9 catches for 119 yards and a touchdown. He did good today.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can get one on Tom Brady don't like Philly. He don't like anything Eagles. He don't drink no green Kool-Aid. And he don't have nothing green. He don't like salad. He don't like nothing. He don't like Brussels sprouts. He don't like nothing green. Anything that's green that day, better get it out of his way. But I'm hoping that we could just stunt the world and let's beat Tom Brady again, man. Let's get some chance, some 41-33 chance, and try to make him catch that ball again, which we're still in his head, man. At that Patriots game, he even said about the Eagles, he's like, yeah, when I played against the Eagles, you seen I didn't catch the ball and all that. So he's still thinking about the Birds. So hopefully we can mess with his mantle a little bit. But man, if we could beat Tom Brady, and we're gonna do the same. We beat Tom Brady. I'm gonna do the same thing that the Cowboys fans said. I'm gonna put up my little poster. I'm gonna have my little parade and go in and talk all my smack.
Oh my,
I think it's
you know what we
possible,
should
guys.
do?
You
You know what we should do right now? We should start Gardner Minshew because he's a backup quarterback, and you have to play the backup quarterback to beat Tom Brady. You gotta play the backup quarterback to beat Tom Brady. So
No.
put Minshew in.
That's a bad
It's the
decision.
only week we need him.
That's a shady decision. Very shady.
We're gonna have to
But
release
I'm
Tiger
saying,
Beat.
like, this is the only week you need a backup quarterback to face Tom Brady, and he never does good against backup quarterbacks for the Eagles, so you might as well start him.
Yeah. I think if you look at the way the offense been going 1 week down and why the defense up, like if we could just come with a complete game this week, it's a possibility we can win it. Jalen Hurts always bounces back from a bad game so far this season.
That's true.
So
that's true.
I think next game is this Thursday. It's coming around the corner real quick. He doesn't have a lot of time to think about it no more. You know what I'm saying? He can get straight to business tomorrow and start preparing for Tampa Bay. And I think if we can, our offense, like he said, man, our offense is like. We're on the brink of it, but the only thing I can see is if we just run the ball some more, some regular running plays, not RPOs,
design runs, not RPOs, right?
Plays.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Line them up, hell. Everybody got to tell me, didn't you get excited when they were on that goal line? You seen that I formation? Like what? They got an I formation? I thought they were going to hand it off. Jalen Hurts ended up quarterback sneaking, but just the whole thought of it, excited me. You know what I'm saying? What? You finally going to play some regular run plays? Because that's what I think every time we get in the 15, things like that, we need to just run the ball. The first 2 plays should be a run play. If it doesn't work, then, hey, pass it after that. But
right, that's my thing. Like, give your running back a chance. Like, for example, in the first drive, we passed the ball 3 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? And then when we were in the red zone for the first time, we passed it. And I think we had to move back because of a penalty when we should have just ran the ball. Like my thing is run the ball, give yourself a legit shot. That's my whole thing. Just run the ball and then build on everything. That's all it takes, just to run the ball, build on the running game. You got to use your common sense, man. Shout out to Eagles Camp for coming into the live stream.
And all of our touchdowns in the 10-yard line is all came from run ball. Now, every time we pass it, we end up getting a penalty off of it. So why don't you just stop and run the ball to start with? You know what I'm saying? Like that's it.
What a crazy game, man. What a crazy game.
Yeah. What was your thoughts, Eagle Slayer, on the game, man? Yeah. I want you to share your thoughts on everything, top to bottom, for what you saw today.
Oh, man.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, my bad.
It's cool.
I meant to Eagles chat. My bad, bro.
Hey, you want to talk about fighting? They fought. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be real, Nick Sirianni's play calling was horrendous today. It was terrible. And I don't know what is doing. Is he reaching up to Howard Roseman, tell him what to do, or is he just a bad play caller, or he doesn't understand? I don't know. But Jalen Hurts came through today. Everybody says he's not the guy, he's not this. Listen, was it pretty? No. But he came clutch. And that is a chance to see what you have in a quarterback. what we talk about in quarterbacks, when you have players, quarterbacks in the league, what did they always say? When you need them to come through, are they clutch?
Yeah.
He did that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't choke like he didn't just, did he make
I'm
some
with you.
mistakes? Of course he did.
Yeah,
But he came through. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts needs time to develop. He's a rookie. People say, well, he's not a
Basically.
rookie. He played last year. Okay, but he's a rookie still. He does need to work on his accuracy. That's for fact. But he has a deep ball. He needs to set his feet a little more. But you're seeing that he's getting more comfortable in throwing. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing every week him progressing. And that's what you want, man. Because one thing about Jalen Hurts is he has that winning mentality. He has that mindset that I'm going to make sure I put my team in a great position to win. And that's what I like about him. He didn't quit. He didn't make excuses. He went in there and he did his job. Defense stepped up. I mean, Javon Hargrave. This guy, everybody was talking about how we should trade him. And I said, is it Javon Hargrave or is it Jim Schwartz? It's Jim
Right.
Schwartz.
Very good
Javon
point. On top of
Hargrave.
that, to your point, champ, right, about Javon Hargrave, when we brought him in, right,
Mhm.
remember, he got hurt. And then on top of that, he
Mhm.
was coming from a 3-4 to a 4-3. So he was dealing with two
And-
things that he had to come back from. And now he's comfortable in the 4-3. He's flying to the ball.
But even
And
Hargrave
this is my
came out
thing.
said that
And this is
last
my-
He's
year
gonna have
that-
20 sacks, man. That dude's
that
gonna
he
have
wasn't
20
Yeah,
sacks.
and this is my thing. I don't think Jonathan Gannon's bad. I think our linebackers suck. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Alex Singleton. We need to get a legit linebacker.
Though.
No.
Who's
Alex
number
Singleton stinks. He can't. He doesn't. He got 4 people literally taking him with him, bro. That if we had a linebacker, our defense would have been better than would have had. Our linebackers are not doing good. Davion Taylor, where's he at? I mean, the fact that
He actually
we
played
have
today.
Eric Wilson,
He played good. Davion Taylor
Yeah,
played.
he
was
Davion Taylor
stunk.
had a good game.
Davion-
Big play Slay.
Yeah.
Big play Slay. He's not good. It's not good.
He had a great
nothing.
game.
But I
bro.
get what
No, he did not. No, he did not.
Linebackers
Wait, are you talking
Big play
about
Slay.
Champ? Are you talking about are you talking about Singleton? Or are you talking about or are you talking about Davion Taylor?
Singleton.
Okay.
I was talking about
Okay.
Singleton. Davion Taylor had a great game.
Okay. I thought you were talking about Taylor, man. I was like,
No, I'm saying Singleton. Singleton stinks.
Singleton had a
He
rough game.
has to
Singleton had a
go.
rough game. Singleton had a rough game in the pass coverage. He had a very rough game.
He stinks.
Hey Tom, do you think Jalen Hurts did the Superman for respect?
He had to. He had.
No, you know
He
why?
had
You
to.
know why they did it?
Or
You
he
know why
did
they
it
did? A
to
lot of
clean up
Eagle
the
fans.
Panthers?
Because there was a lot of Eagle fans on Twitter saying they would rather have Cam Newton over Jalen Hurts, and he
oh,
I'll
did
take
not
it.
like that.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Some damn
Wow.
pitiful fans.
take it. I'll take it.
As
You know what
a
I'm saying?
backup
And here,
quarterback, sure.
just like people are saying we should bench Jalen, even though he won the game. Now we have to bench
Bro,
the people saying we
people are
should bench
crazy.
Jalen Hurts.
Because people
You know what I'm
only
saying?
want to see him pass.
Let me tell you
touchdowns.
something. Let me tell you something. Mitchell's not good. It's not good. There's a reason why the Jags got rid of him. It's not good. Does he give you
Mitchell's
some good
average.
games?
He's average at best.
He's not good. There's a reason why they drafted Trevor Lawrence. If Mitchell was so
Hargrave
good,
leads
they
all
wouldn't
the
drafted.
NFL Hargrave
What's that?
leaves all the NFL D tackles with 6.0 sacks this season. He is the
Hargrave's
first
a
Eagle
beast.
to record
Mhm.
6.0 sacks through 5 games since
Mhm.
Jason Babin. Shout out to
Ooh,
Hargrave.
that's Jason
I remember-
Babbitt
I remember-
stinks. I'm sorry.
But
hey, I'm glad he beat that.
That 1 year, Jason Babin was pretty. He was pretty. That 1 year, he was good for us. that 1 year, he was good for us. He was going off.
But back to my conversation. We need linebackers, and I'm hoping that
Bad.
you know-
we need linebackers bad.
We got 2 weeks before the
and-
trade deadline. How we need to pull that trigger?
Howie's not going to
We
do
need-
it.
we
Bro.
need-
He's too much.
We need it bad.
He is too much. He is too much of the problem around here, man. He has to go next year. I'm sorry. We need a GM that, because next year you have a chance to get Christian Harris next year, and I want him. I want Christian Harris next year. I want a linebacker, and I don't trust him with the 3 first-round picks.
But like
Okay,
you said, right,
we
that
need-
last comment said, dude, that's the reason why I still feel like this season's not over, man. because we haven't got it all together. And if it starts continue to click, man, our team can be really dangerous, like to the point where I don't see too many teams that can beat us. I already felt that way coming into the season. Like everybody on our schedule, we could beat if we played the right game.
But let me tell you something. Sam Darnold's trash. He's horrible. He's not an
Sam
accurate
Darnold
passer.
looks so bad today. He looks so bad. Like honestly, you know what they said? They said Sam Darnold with him, you get some pressure on him, you make him a little uncomfortable, and he's not. He just doesn't get he doesn't get the ball there. He just doesn't, man.
And I watched Big Play Slade. And I watched Big Play Slade's conference.
Great game, but our defense played lights out today.
And you know why I think they did it? Because Big Play Slade said today that they watched the Dallas Cowboys and they watched how they stopped them. They used the exact same formula that the Dallas Cowboys did to the Carolina Panthers. That is what we need to do. And, you know, our scheme.
They didn't watch on offense. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, you know, that goes. But here's my thing. Here's my thing. I know it's not going to be popular, but Miles Sanders dances too much, man. He doesn't hit the hole. Okay. I think game one right now.
You know why I think he's dancing, Champ? Because he knows he's really getting the ball. So he's trying. I feel like he's trying to make the. I feel like he's trying to make the most out of every touch. And it's like you don't have to do that, but I feel like he's trying so hard to break every run. When in reality, he doesn't have to do that, but he's not getting the touches where he can. Because in my opinion, Miles Sanders, he gets better with the more reps he gets. He's a volume runner to me. Yeah. So if you feed him more, he's going to go crazy. But we don't feed him enough. I think that's so wild that we don't give Miles Sanders at the ball at a minimum 15 to 20 run legit run, not options, legit running plays a game. We don't give that man no more than 15 like run plays a game. Like, he needs to touch the ball way more. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's like even when he does have holes, he doesn't try to hit them. He tries to, like, even the Kansas City Chiefs last week, right? I was watching the film and Shaka Brown he pointed it out. He was talking about Sanders. There were so many times where there was holes on there. He's trying to cut. It's like, dude, just hit the holes.
Yes, I understand it's a big play.
It's like he's trying to be this guy that LaShawn McCoy was, where LaShawn McCoy also hit the holes. When he danced, he also danced right into the holes, and he exploded. Miles Sanders needs to stop trying to be like I want him to just hit the holes.
On top of that, LaShawn McCoy was better. LaShawn McCoy was way better than Miles Sanders, by the way.
But if you give him the ball, no comparison. I promise you give him those carries and he'll produce. You know,
no,
I believe that. I believe that.
And I agree with that. And I agree with that comment. Davion Taylor is one thing.
He's trying too hard to make, big plays. He wants to show the coach. You seen what happened last week in Kansas City when he made that nice run and he turned around, spiked the ball, looked at Sirianni. You know what I'm saying?
He needs to stop that.
What I do.
Because probably that's why he's not getting the ball. That right there is not winning it out. Like I understand you're frustrated, but you're doing it like when he went out of bounds. That could have cost us that game.
That wasn't a good look.
That's not helping you. Yeah. What you need to do is, if you're pissed off, then you need to show it. Hit the damn hole. Stop dancing around looking for cuts. Just hit the hole. This guy, like when you looked at his rookie year, right? When you go back and you look at his rookie year, he always was able to hit the holes. I don't know what changed. I don't know if it's Stu Stanley. I don't know if it's the running back coach.
What changes the amount of carries he got since then? Yeah, all last year, this guy's been sitting there. His carries
he's getting less and less carries. He's getting less and less carries.
And you know what? The more and more I think about it, I think they drafted Gainwell to get Miles Sanders out of here. I honestly think Gainwell is going to be our future running back when I see more and more. Because
when you think about Gainwell's skill set, his Gainwell's skill set is more he's
a smart football player.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely smart. But I think outside of that, though, I feel like Kenny Gainwell is the type of running back Nick Sirianni likes. The running back the running back that he can line up on the line of scrimmage, with the wideouts, with the empty formation. That's the kind of running back he likes. He had that I believe when he was with the Colts, and I believe it was Naeem Hines.
And that's my another thing.
That's my another
thing. You know what? Don't be surprised if Miles Sanders gets traded for Carson Wentz, because Carson Wentz might be able to turn him around.
Yeah,
They
get out
got
Taylor. They
Taylor.
love Jonathan
They
Taylor.
got
They love
Taylor.
him.
They don't need him. Do you know
But
what
Marlon
was
Mack
crazy?
is mostly getting traded a lot. Like,
No,
and
no,
honestly,
Taylor.
But
if Miles
they got
Sanders,
Taylor though. That's why they want to trade
yeah,
him
well,
because they got Taylor.
then again, I'm not trading Miles Sanders for him. If I'm going to trade Miles Sanders,
I'm
if I
not
had to
trading
trade
Miles
Miles
Sanders
Sanders,
at
it would
all.
have to be a good linebacker. I would trade him for a
Right.
linebacker, but
Yeah.
or it has to be a lot, man. But here's my thing: I think Miles Sanders is not a number one running back. I think he's a number two. But
Have we
this is
given
what I say.
now? Let's be real, champ. Have we really given him the opportunity to be a number one running back?
No.
Let's be real.
Yeah, but
No,
has
we
Gainwell
haven't.
got enough opportunities too?
No,
He's
no,
played
How many
like
has
5
Gainwell got?
games though.
Outside of just this year, though. I mean, just in his entire career, have we truly ran Miles Sanders enough? We haven't. We haven't. Last year, his snap count got cut significantly. But granted, he did get hurt. But he only played 12
No,
games.
that wasn't the only thing.
No,
That was the only thing. He was a fumbling machine.
I'm gonna tell you just how. On top of that, too, yeah, he did fumble a lot. But on top of that, I'm gonna tell you just how good he was last year because it gets underrated. 2 years in a row, he had over 1,000 all-purpose yards. That's one. Second, if you run the ball. Last year, he had more yards on less carries, and he only played 12 games. He played more games in his rookie. I think he played like 14, 15 games his rookie season. He only managed to play 12 games in his sophomore season, and he already had more yards with less carries and less games. If he would have been getting the rock, if he would have managed to stay healthy, he would have crushed his rookie numbers. But he doesn't get the reps, and he also got healthy last year. My thing is
but when he
Sanders,
did get the opportunity, last year, he fumbled versus the Browns. That's a crucial moment. You can't fumble the ball last year. He had so many opportunities.
I understand that point too, but that was early in the game before. Hold on, real quick. That was early in the game before the game was decided. You still give the ball to your running back. Fumbles happen. You still fumbles happen. The best of them fumble. You got to give the ball to your running back. You have to. Just because he fumbled, you can't get scared. It was pouring down rain in that game. We completely got. And let's be real. On that drive, I know exactly.
Let's be real. Carson,
I know exactly.
He was playing terrible.
But I remember exactly the drive you're talking about because we were actually running down their throat that entire drive. We were moving, and all of a sudden we got in the red zone and he fumbled. But since that play, they got away from him, and I don't understand. What their angle is. Miles Sanders is very talented.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. He doesn't hit the holes, and I think they're getting tired of him. Listen, Gainwell hits the holes. He also can catch out the backfield. Nick Sirianni, if you go back to Indianapolis, he loves running backs, and Frank Wright does too. Where that's why Mack is not going to be a coach anymore because he never was able to do with Taylor, where Taylor was able to catch out the backfield. He was able to run through the holes. That is what they're looking for. That is Gainwell. He is exactly what Taylor is, a little bit, not like Taylor, but he is a little bit to it. He's got that sees the vision. He hits the holes. He's not trying to juke. Miles Sanders tries to do too much. And I love Miles Sanders because I was defending him last year. I had so many people say, well, Miles Sanders ain't the future. I'm like, because people wanted to draft Najee Harris. I'm like, well, Miles Sanders has got the ball, but he's hurting himself when he's doing that stuff. You have if you are getting less opportunities, then show that you deserve more opportunities.
Yeah,
you complain.
Kenny's a better route runner. I will give you that. Kenny's a better route runner and a better catcher. I will give you that. But other than that,
he's also better.
I just can't definitively say Kenny Gainwell's better than Miles Sanders all of a sudden. I just can't jump out the window.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Like my God,
he can hit the whole.
5 games.
They put
5 games doesn't prove anything.
When we had Kenny Gainwell in the backfield,
running back. There's two difference.
Okay, but
he's like
Kenny Gainwell.
Cohen. Cohen for the Bears, he's receiving back. But when they gave him his role to be the star lead back in Chicago, he kept getting hurt, and he
Kenny Gainwell sees the vision clearly, bro. He hits the holes.
Gainwell's a better.
He hits the holes. He doesn't try to do too much. He is better. He is. Miles Sanders is not. He fell off from his rookie year. I'm sorry.
I disagree.
Even last year when he touched the field, the only running back to have 3 80-yard rushing touchdowns, like he's a big play waiting to happen anytime he gets the ball. But he got to get the ball.
That's what I'm saying. Like he doesn't get the ball enough.
Gainwell's more physical too.
Well, He's not even as big as Miles
Yeah,
Sanders.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
man.
he can make
You know
bro.
who
He's
they
physical.
compared? You know who Nick Sirianni compares Kenneth Gainwell to? He compares him to Austin Eckler from the Chargers because
And
he
you
was
watched him.
coaching there.
And what does he
He,
do?
co- he coached
And what does he
there
do?
with the
And
Chargers.
what does Austin Eckler do? He's physical. He also sees the holes clearly. He doesn't try to
But
do too much.
Sanders
He's a
can
very,
too.
very good running back.
Sanders can see the hole too.
Sanders,
He just,
no, he doesn't.
Yes,
Sanders
I
is a
know.
guy that does too much. He does too much.
You act
He
like-
tell me
doesn't
what
hit the
Bird
holes.
just said. Tell me
He
what
has
Bird.
nice
Bird
runs
Gang, say what
today.
you just said again. Say what you just said again about hitting the hole with the 80-yard runs. Those 3 80-yard runs.
Yeah, and then he's only running back with 3.
But is he doing it this year?
And listen,
Is he
That's
doing
my
it
point.
this
top
year?
defenses
He's not
last
getting the
year,
touches, champ. He's not getting the
That's my
touches.
point.
Gainwell's not even getting
That's
that
my
much
point
touches
right there.
either.
and he's not producing
Ga-
more on the field than
Gainwell's not even producing more on the field, technically. Gainwell doesn't have more rushing
Okay, so
yards
what
than him.
happens if you produce? What happens if you gave Gainwell more touches?
We're not
Who
even
would be
we're
better?
not even running the
You gotta
ball.
say
Let's
that
just
what
call- let's
happens
just
if
go-
you
We're
Miles
not
Sanders
even
more
running- we
touches.
don't know.
Exactly.
We're not- yeah,
I agree right there.
I
We're
could
not
under-
really running.
I could
I would
understand.
run.
I could
I
understand.
would run both. I would run both.
Champ,
Give them
I
50,
can
50
understand your
each.
point. I can understand your point if we were running the ball and Gainwell was just more effective. But every game this season, Miles Sanders rushing average, rush per attempt average is better than Kenny Gainwell. So I don't understand what you mean by that.
Even today, he had some nice runs. You know what I'm saying? That's why he have.
And he gave us positive yards. Miles Sanders makes, if anything, every time he tries to do too much, he puts his back a little bit more. Gainwell was able to carry us a little bit further. Every time he was in the game, he was able to give us positive yards. Miles Sanders, every time he's in the game, we always lose a couple yards.
No, it wasn't.
Come on.
That's not true.
It's
That's
right
not
there
true.
versus the
That's
Kansas
not true.
Chiefs.
Look, I got you. Let's talk about this then. Okay, how about this? In the rushing game, Miles Sanders had 11 attempts, 45 yards, averaged 4 yards a carry. His longest run of the day was 18 yards. Now, Kenny Gainwell, he only ran the ball twice, right? He had 16 yards, averaged 8 yards a carry. But here's the caveat, though. His longest run was 12 yards, meaning his second run was only 6 yards. So by that point, he did it. He's not technically producing more than him. He's just not. We don't run the ball enough for you to say he produces more than him. He just doesn't.
Did you see what the announcer said today? The announcer said after Miles Sanders went out to bounds, Kenny Gainwell was able to do the right thing. He stayed in bounds. He was doing something that Miles Sanders couldn't. That's a shot at Miles Sanders right there.
Now we're talking about two different things. We're talking now you're talking about football IQ versus production. His football
Gainwell has a better IQ than Miles Sanders. He knows how to hit the holes and when to cut back.
His football IQ in that moment was bad. I will agree with you on that. Miles Sanders' football IQ in those moments were bad. I will definitely give you that. But I'm not. I just cannot jump out the window.
I'm not giving up on him. I'm not giving up on him. I'm just saying that he needs to do better.
Kind of sound that way a little bit.
I mean, right now, Gainwell. When you put Gainwell in the game, he's giving us positive vibes. Until Miles Sanders shows me he can do that, I'm giving Gainwell more the football than Sanders. I'm sorry, I got to put the best player in the best hands, and Gainwell's the better player.
Gainwell's not even the 3-down back. Like his play style's not even 3-down back material. Like he's that utility running back that you can move around the field. You can put him on the line of scrimmage, make him run routes. But I'm not. Yeah. I don't want Kenny Gainwell to be my number one. He's 5'9".
He's the offense. If you want to think of Dallas, we got Zeke being like more of a Miles Sanders, the actual running back. And then you got the receiving back.
Zeke is more of a better fit than Zeke is a better running back than Miles Sanders. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Miles Sanders is not better than Zeke. I'm sorry.
Nobody's saying that. No one's saying that. What they're talking about is the fact that he has Tony Pollard.
Oh, he could be in the same thing. Zeke, like a number one, like Zeke.
He has Tony Pollard there to complement his skill set, right? Tony Pollard does things that Ezekiel Elliott doesn't necessarily do in the passing game and other things of that nature. But Miles, the problem.
Oh, I agree with that one. I do.
The overall problem is we're not running the ball enough to even have a definitive opinion about Miles Sanders this year.
But
we're
when
not
Miles
running the ball
Sanders gets
enough.
the ball. When he does get the ball, he doesn't hit the hole.
Okay,
that's my point. Wait,
let me put you like this. If
Facts. Stop dancing and hit the holes. They're saying it too. He doesn't hit the holes.
Let's call a spade, right? If you have a job,
I like
right,
this debate, by the way. I'm not upset. I'm just
if you have a job, right, and you've been waiting to get your opportunity to show your boss that, hey, listen, I can do this, I can do this. You know, you've been waiting for the opportunity. They never give it to you, but they finally give it to you. You try your hardest to go above and beyond. You actually end up doing too much. You actually don't end up doing what they need you to do because you actually got outside of the plan because you were trying so hard to make something happen. That's what's going on with Miles Sanders. He's not getting the reps to the point where, as though whenever he does get it, he's trying too hard to make something happen because he knows that he's capable of breaking those big runs. But he's not. But he's not getting the reps to the point. He doesn't trust that he's going to get the reps to redeem himself. So he's constantly trying to break things. Every running and listen, this is what separates great running backs from mediocre running backs. Understanding that every run doesn't need to be a home run, but he's not getting the reps for him to actually think about baseball, right? Think about baseball. Everything can be a home run. Every now and again, you're gonna need a single. You're gonna need a double. You might get a triple. You may get a walk, But Miles Sanders, he's not getting opportunities to hit the single. He's not getting opportunities to hit the double. He's not getting opportunities. He's not. No, he's not. Champ, he's not.
But let me say because you just used that. Let me say, if I'm working at a job, right, and you just said what you said, but I want to twist those things too, right? If I'm working at a job and I know I'm supposed to be that number one guy, they rely on me, right?
They don't rely on him. That's the thing. They don't.
They gave him the ball, and he's not taking those opportunities and using it. No, he's not.
Yes,
no, he's not. He's not hitting the holes. He's not hitting the holes.
Let me explain to you why.
Running the ball isn't enough for anything because we only just like you just said. He had 11 carries and 2 carries. That's 13 carries. No offense.
But when Gainwell gets the ball, he's using the holes.
Eagles champ.
That's ridiculous. That's horse crap.
Eagles champ. You realize every single time Miles Sanders gets the ball, statistically,
he goes backwards. He goes backwards. He's never ever.
He has been running the ball good every single time he gets it. Statistically, when he gets the ball,
but he tried to do too much. If he just waits patient and hit the holes, I think he could be a lot better. He's doing too much.
He's done that
just
too,
hit the holes.
He's averaging 4.6 yards a carry this season.
Exactly.
He's not even getting the reps. If you average over 4 yards a carry, statistically, you can get a first down in 3 plays every single time.
Exactly.
We're not running the ball enough to have a definitive idea on either Kenny Gainwell or Miles Sanders. We're just not. Now, if we were a running team and Miles Sanders if Miles Sanders wasn't producing and we were running the ball, then I will see what you were saying. But we're not running the ball enough to have a definitive opinion about anybody in the running game. We're just not. Same thing out last year. Last year, we were not running the ball enough to really judge how good or bad the team was. We weren't running the ball last year.
But do you think we're not running the ball with Miles? But do you think we're not running the ball with Miles Sanders for a reason? Maybe Kenny Gainwell, when he's in the game, they feel more comfortable with him. Think about it. If I'm a coach, right? And I hold on. I'm running with Kenny because he's giving me positive
but we're not running. That's the point. That's the point. We're not running.
That's the point we're trying to make, Eagle champ. That's the point we're trying to make. So you got to call a spade right here because you're.
Then I'm running with Kennedy. I'm running with Kenny.
That point you just made about Kenneth Gainwell, you have to make the same point about Miles Sanders because
when he's getting his carries, he's giving positive yards. Sanders hasn't. I'm sorry.
Every single time Miles Sanders gets the ball, there's positive yards. You see positive things happen. Tone just said that every single time Miles Sanders gets the ball, he gets like a first down on most of the plays.
And he goes back 4 yards because he tries to do too much. He does. Look at the Kansas City Chiefs game. There was 4 different holes.
That's not true.
It was. Look at the tape.
The Chiefs game was his worst game. All right, hold on. You're picking out the one game. You're picking out his worst game.
I watched the game.
All right, listen. I put you like this, champ. Week 1 against the Atlanta Falcons, he had 15 attempts.
He was good.
74 yards. Then against San Fran, he had 13 touches, 55 yards, averaged 4 yards a carry. Then against the Dallas Cowboys, he only had 2 touches, 27 yards. His longest run of the day was 24 yards. The moment he's working for 24 yards, and then they got away from him. How do you explain that?
When he was with the 49ers,
his worst game was a Chiefs game. I'll give you that, but he only had touch the ball 7 times. Like, but
when they drafted Kenny Gainwell, what did they say he did well? He catches out the backfield,
catching the ball.
He's smart with the runs, and he could see the vision when the holes are clear. He can run through them. What did they say about Miles Sanders when he first came out of college? That he doesn't. He tries to do too much in college. He doesn't hit the holes. That's what all the experts were saying. They said he has great quickness, but he needs to work on what? Hitting the holes. When there's holes clearly there, he tries to do too much. That is what we're seeing. I'm not saying he can't change. He can very well change, and we do definitely need to run the football more. They all need to get the ball. I don't care what the excuse. They both need to get the ball. But Kenny Gainwell, when he's in the game, our team is moving the chains. When Sanders is in the game, we move backwards.
That's in the passing game, not in the running
game. That's in general. That's in passing and running. Gainwell is doing what he has to do to win.
That's the same
no,
thing.
He's not.
Check this out, champ. Who's the best running back of all time? Barry Sanders. You don't think Barry danced? He had a plenty.
But Barry had no offensive line.
Exactly.
We have an offensive line.
We got no offensive line. What are you talking about?
We don't even have our starters
right now.
Jordan Mailata. Is he? So Jordan Mailata stinks now?
No, our
offense is one person.
Jack Driscoll stinks now.
But my point is like this: Barry danced a lot. He led the league in negative yards.
But Barry also hit the holes.
Running back, period. He
Barry
bounced out
also hit the holes. So now we compare Sanders to Barry Sanders, really?
No, he's just saying
what he does.
He dances a lot.
He
so
dances a lot too.
That.
But he also dances and hit the holes, and he Sanders tries to dance and dance more.
He got more carries, bro. The carries matter. The carries matter.
Yeah.
Like if you're not touching,
if you rush a 60-yard touchdown, you're gonna forget about that negative 3 play.
Exactly.
Like he's not getting the carries. Like the bottom line is he's not getting the carries for you to have a definitive opinion about anything he's doing. Like he's not getting the touches. He's not getting them. Like if he was okay, now you can say that. Now you're making sense. If you can,
I'm not saying Sanders can't change. I'm not saying he's a bad running back. I'm saying he's not doing his job.
You just said Kenny Gainwell's better than Miles Sanders, dog.
He is right now. Yes, he is. But I still think they need to get.
No, he's not.
He is.
Not. In the running game, he's not.
No, I got a question. I got a quick question for you, Eagles champ. How are you gonna say?
And I'm not mad. I'm debating with y'all. I like doing this.
How is he better if he's getting less touches?
I'm just making sure I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want to get anybody upset.
How is he better if he's getting less touches, though? How is he better if he's getting less touches and he's still not doing?
But is Gainwell getting less touches too? Whenever you see Gainwell get 20 more touches than Sanders,
lesser touches than Miles Sanders.
Last week they had the same touches pretty much. When they gave Gainwell, but they gave Gainwell more because of what? They were getting positive yards with them.
The only game Gainwell outplayed Sanders this year technically is the Chiefs game. That's it. That was a poor drive. That was a poor drive. Because if you ran with Gainwell, you would probably win that game. You would.
And that was receiving yards, right?
Gainwell was better in that game last week.
That's Gainwell. So
rookie is better than your fourth-year running back.
That's not true, dog. You jumping out the window.
All right.
Kenny Gainwell had 3 attempts for 31 yards against the Kansas City Chiefs. His longest run of the day was 13 yards. Yeah. His longest run of the day was 13 yards. But in the passing game, he had 6 receptions on 8 targets and 58 yards. The thing is, the one thing you said that I can agree with, Champ, is the fact that Kenny Gainwell is a better fit for what Nick Sirianni's trying to do.
Yes,
that's the one thing I agree with you with. That's the only reason Kenny Gainwell see the field more than Miles Sanders, because Kenny Gainwell allows him to do different things with his scheme. Kenny Gainwell allows him to put him on the line of scrimmage. Kenny Gainwell can run damn near every route in the run tree. That's what separates Kenny Gainwell from Miles Sanders.
And that's a big advantage for a running back. That's a big advantage for the running back.
But every running back can't run every route in the route tree. That's not a
well.
normal
Then you're not
skill
going to
set.
last in the league like that.
What are you talking about? What? Huh?
Ezekiel, can you catch out the backfield? Yes,
some of the best running backs in it. Some of the best running backs in the NFL can't run every route in the route tree. What are you talking about? Aaron Jones can't run every route in the route tree.
Henry runs the best routes.
You gotta run.
But he can catch out the backfield, can he?
You gotta run, not route run. That's the point.
Like
your point is to get your point is to like your job is to run, not catch the ball out of the backfield. Like you.
Why do you think they got Kenny Gainwell? Why do you think they got drafted Kenny Gainwell? The same thing why Hurts and Carson Wentz situation. Because they don't believe in Miles Sanders. They don't think he can be that guy.
I don't think that's why they did that. I don't think that's why they did that at all. Like at all.
Well, we'll see. We'll see because Gainwell will be the running back this year.
I think they drafted Kenny Gainwell. Real quick, I think they drafted Kenny Gainwell because they realized how limited Boston Scott is.
Exactly.
I think that's why they drafted Kenny Gainwell.
I don't think so. I think it's because they don't believe in Miles Sanders.
Let me ask you a question. How many running backs were here last year with Miles Sanders? Only one, right? Boston Scott. That's it. There was no other running backs. Jordan Howard, he wasn't even on the damn team when we got him.
Well, Jordan Howard needs to activate. I don't know why he's still in the pack. Why he's not on the team. He definitely needs it.
So,
and that's probably why Sanders is struggling too, because we don't have that bruiser. I honestly think you need to bring Jordan Howard. Maybe Sanders would be more able to get it because I think we also use him in the wrong situations too. Just like Kenny Gainwell, I don't think we use him at the right advantage. I agree if you were saying that, and listen, like I believe we should run the football more, but I would put Jordan Howard and let the defense tire the defense out. Then I would run Miles Sanders and Gainwell out.
Another problem too. We not running out of the I formation. We keep running out of the shotgun, which then, like you keep saying he dancing, but the real problem is the fact that we're running all these RPOs, which forces the quarterback and the running back to hesitate in the backfield, which then can limit how explosive he is hitting the hole. Miles Sanders is literally having to run the ball out of the shotgun all the time. That forces hesitancy because you have to read the blocks. If you're running the I formation, you're 9 times out of 10 you're going in between the tackles, going north south.
Exactly.
And that's why I think this GM has to go, bro. Because this GM and that's why I think this GM has to go because Nick Sirianni, where did he come from? He came from Frank Reich. What did we always say they believed in? Running the football. Where did Shane Steichen come from? He went from the Chargers. What did they always do? Run the football. They were a heavy running team.
Are you going to blame that? Are you actually going to blame that on the front office?
Yes, bro. They're trying to team.
I will say this.
Yes. Howie Roseman is controlling the 50-man roster. Yes, he is.
I actually somewhat agree with you on this part because
he is. Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman are controlling the coaches.
I actually believe Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman have more of a hand in the type of games we're playing more than what we think. Because remember this not too long ago. Jeffrey Lurie.
Why are you defending this guy, man?
He was on record. Jeffrey Lurie was on record saying that he wanted to have a top 5, top 10 passing.
And watch tomorrow. He will get yelled at for running the football.
He used to get mad at Doug Peterson for running the ball a lot. And my thing is,
they'll get mad at Nick Sirianni for doing it too. They will have him in office tomorrow.
Running
they will get Nick Sirianni in office, and they'll say this. They'll get Nick Sirianni in office, and they'll say, "Why didn't you not throw enough?" They'll yell at him for not running the ball, and we will not see a running game anymore. This is why they have to stop it, because I believe that Nick Sirianni is getting controlled by the front office. Because let's be real, he's a rookie head coach. He's not going to go against these two. Doug Peterson was able to use the Super Bowl against them to have a saying. He might have lost it, but he said, "Listen, I want a Super Bowl." So now do I agree with it? Did he have part? Yeah, he had part of it, but also Frank Reich. But we won't discuss it. He won it. He's a Super Bowl head coach. But Nick Sirianni didn't win a championship, so he can't say, "Oh, I think I need to do it." No, because they're gonna say, "What the have you done?" You're a rookie head coach.
No, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna try to give credit to Howie Roseman for it. So it's like, so here's the thing. Here's the problem.
And this dude got to go,
like
bro. I'm
like
tired of
like
Harry
like
Roseman.
like Bird Gang said, there's a problem with the fact that we're deviating from how we won the Super Bowl. We won the Super Bowl because we had a run game. We had a three-headed monster in LeGarrette Blount, J.J. and Corey Clement, and all those different running backs did three different things. LeGarrette Blount was the north-south power back. J.J. was the elusive back that danced and it was the one-cut back. And then Corey Clement was the back that you passed out in the backfield, the guy that you was able to line up on the line of scrimmage and run the routes. So my thing is, Miles Sanders, if you're trying to recreate that system, if you're trying to, Jordan Howard needs to be playing because that gives you the three-headed monster you once had. You have the north-south power back. Then you got the one cut back with Miles Sanders. Then you got the pass catching running back in Kenny Gainwell. We're not playing football to the best of our ability. We are literally handcuffing ourselves on a week-to-week basis.
And who controls the 53-man roster? Howie Roseman. Why do you think you see J.J. Arcega-Whiteside?
It's something to that.
J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Even this game, when you had Davion Taylor playing good, why I saw him being taken out right away. Then they put these two stooge knots, Singleton and Wilson. When I saw him, like, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're trying to hold back these young guys. And I'm like, why aren't you not playing him? Did Harry Roseman make a mistake from drafting Tavia? Because I feel like he doesn't want us to see what we haven't. Like, where's Jacoby Stevens at? Where's he at? I'm sorry, didn't we draft him to be our linebacker / safety? Use him. This is why we drafted him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are literally ran by two nerds who have no clue of football. Jeffrey Lurie has no knowledge of football. He's a fantasy owner. He literally has no knowledge of football. He should not make decisions. You know, and Harry Roseman, we already know he's not a football expert. You know, he might be good with the contracts, but he has no knowledge of football. You know what I'm saying? This is why our team is bad, because you have two nerds up top who has no knowledge of football trying to dictate a coach and tell him what to do. If I'm Nick Sirianni, I'm going to Jeff Lurie and say, have a nice day. I'm done. Pick another puppy. I'm done. You don't want to give me the control? No. I do blame Howard. You know what? Big Pun said, first of all,
I'm not trying to defend him, though. You can't literally
You kind of are. You kind of are. You kind of are, because here's the thing.
All right, Eagles champ. Let me.
You can't. First of all, yes, you can. Harry Roseman's the 53-man roster.
All right, Eagles champ. You can control a team, but you can't control someone in how they call the plays.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. The GM is telling Nick. Why do you think? First of all, why do you think J.J. Arcega-Whiteside is on the field? Do you really think Nick Sirianni believes in J.J. Arcega-Whiteside?
That's not Howie Roseman. That's Nick.
That is Howie Roseman. That is Howie Roseman. Because Howie Roseman does not want to believe J.J. Arcega-Whiteside's not the guy. He still thinks J.J. Arcega-Whiteside has something.
Well, if you think about it, if you think about it, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, he's really on that field for certain packages, and that's when he's blocking. That's when he's blocking.
If we want a blocker, can we just trade for Mac Hollins back? Can we just trade for Mac Hollins back?
I'm not making an excuse for J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I'm saying he's literally the best blocking wide receiver we have. So in certain packages,
that's embarrassing. It really is. That's embarrassing.
I mean, that's embarrassing for him. That's embarrassing
for him, but that's good for us because he's doing something productive and helping the team out.
I want him to catch a ball. Can you catch a ball? You're in the second round.
Well, I mean, why would you want him out there catching balls anyway when you got Devontae Smith and Quez Watkins?
Exactly.
Hear what I'm saying.
And why do you think they drafted Quez Watkins? Because J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Then watch J.J. Arcega-Whiteside here. If you're not trivial to the passing game, then go.
In the 6th round. I don't think they anticipated Quez Watkins.
Quez Watkins is better than the 2nd round pick.
Nope, you got to hear.
Quez Watkins is
what I'm saying is Quez Watkins when they drafted him, they didn't anticipate him being this.
I knew he was good. I knew he was good. I knew he was good.
I did too. But JJ
Arcega-Whiteside,
listen, JJ Arcega-Whiteside made this roster for two reasons. He made this roster because of one, Travis Fulgham didn't live up to expectation throughout the preseason and training camp, and he also made this roster because he outplayed Travis Fulgham in special teams when it came to effort. One thing I can say, I've been paying attention to JJ Arcega-Whiteside when he's on this field, and on the special teams, he's there. especially if he's there.
Yeah.
And then,
but here's the thing.
And then in a blocking game on run plays, he's there. He gets key blocks, especially in those screen plays. He gets a lot of
use
key
him
blocks
in the red
sometimes.
zone. They need to start using JJ Arcega-Whiteside in the red zone.
Stinks.
No, but
terrible.
I'm saying, Eagles fan. I'm saying what I'm trying to say is you have to start using him for the good things that he does, and he does.
No, I don't.
Really good.
No, I don't. He needs to be cut. He needs to be cut. He's not producing as a receiver. If he's a blocker, then he's not working.
You have to use. What I'm trying to say is you have to use him in plays that he's good at in the red zone. And special teams,
even blocking, he's causing the penalty.
Really good at
that's what my point was. I think we need to stop using these guys that don't play the whole game in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? Ward this week, JJ last week, they're getting in there and they're costing us touchdown. I'd rather have Quez and Devontae Smith running that route.
And Rager's terrible. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Jalen Rager.
I don't need Devontae and Quez Watkins in the red zone. I can just use them down the field. JJ Arcega-Whiteside, I can just throw up the ball to him, knowing he's going to catch it because he's big as hell. No, he doesn't drop the ball. He actually does better. He actually catches the ball.
He is not a good receiver. He is a bust. He's a bust.
I'm not trying to say he's a good receiver. I'm not trying to say that.
He can't catch.
What I'm trying to say is you have to start using him at what he's good at, and he's good in the red zone. Just lob it up to him. He's going to catch it. Lob it up to him.
What happens if he drops it? What happens if he drops it?
If he drops it, then don't go to him anymore. That's the point.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So you're my second round pick. I chose you over Deacon, and I'm not getting over it. I'm sorry.
I agree with you. He sucks.
All right, let's.
I'm not getting over it. I know. First you told me to get over it.
Listen.
I watch it, and it makes me mad.
We're going off the deep end, right? We're going off the deep end. You want to know why? We're talking about the fact that we chose JJ Arcega-Whiteside over DK Metcalf. Let's be totally frank. You know.
Oh no, not that. We chose him over Mac Wilson too. Mac Wilson too.
All 32 teams passed on DK Metcalf multiple times. So it was that's nothing. I can't. Yeah, it's easy to get mad at that. I'm more mad at the fact that we passed on Justin Jefferson because that was right.
I'm mad too.
I'm more mad about
because Rager's not good. I'm sorry,
I'm more mad about that. But
I trade Rager right now. I don't see any future with him. I don't. He's a good punt returner.
That wouldn't be smart, right? That wouldn't be smart.
I think he just need to refine his run.
Honestly, I would. I think Quez Watkins is a better receiver than him. I sit it all out. I think even that she's a better receiver than him.
I do believe Quez Watkins should get more reps than him, but I wouldn't
trade him. Quez went out all season and refined his craft, to get that good all off season.
Quez Watkins.
Bro, Quez Watkins is playing like the number one
with his route running. And perfect that a little bit better.
Bro. Devontae Smith's
he's playing like the number
one. Don't ever diss. No, he's not. Quez Watkins is good. He's the number two. Do not ever disrespect Devontae Smith like that.
No, Eagles. What I'm trying to say right now is I feel like Quez Watkins is playing better football than Devontae Smith. I feel like he's getting more open. He's not getting the ball. Devontae Smith maybe having better.
Actually, a lot of those guys. Actually, Quez Watkins and Devontae Smith are open a lot. Both of them are open a lot.
Both of them are open.
But that doesn't mean he's number. Quez Watkins is the number two. Rager's just he can't run routes.
Devontae's a little bit had a whole year to be in the league. I think Devontae.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing. Rager can't even the route. Yes, John Hurts threw the ball, but if you watch the route again. The man couldn't even run a freaking go route. Like he can't even run a slant, man. He's terrible. He's terrible. Why did this nerd pick him, man? Like what the hell did you see in Jalen Rager, man? Go get him a Big Mac. Since he wants to be all with the fans, man. Go get him a Big Mac. Maybe he'll feel better, man. He stinks. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Jalen Rager. I never liked the pick in the first one. I did not want Rager. That's the one player I did not want. What did the Eagles do?
I don't think none of us did. I don't think none of us did. You ain't got to convince us.
Oh no, there's a lot of people that are happy about Jalen Rager. There was a lot of people happy about him. There was so many people saying that he had bad quarterback and all this.
No, he did actually. He did. That's a fact. But I was content with the pick after I did my research on him. I said, okay, let's see how good he can be. Because at the end of the day, all these guys when they get drafted, it don't matter where you drafted. It don't matter where you went to school. At the end of the day, you got to lace it up like everybody else. So honestly, Jalen Reagor hasn't actually lived up to
Reagor
my
sucks,
expectations
dude.
as of
He's
late.
terrible.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they went out and got Devontae Smith, because Jalen Reagor is not as refined a wide receiver as Devontae Smith. Now Jalen Reagor,
I tell him,
I feel like, I'll put you like this. I feel like, if I'm being completely honest with you, the way our games are called, it's hard to tell how good a lot of people are. It's or is. Because the way we call games, we're not putting these guys in the best positions to me. You can't keep throwing bubble screens to Jalen Reagor thinking he's gonna break every single one. That's not logical.
you can't even throw
That's
to
not
him,
logical
man.
to me. That's
He's
not
not a good
logical to me.
receiver.
Well, today
He's not a good receiver. He's a TCU punt returner.
Well, today he had 5 targets for 3 receptions, as long as catch a day was 15 yards. So he was kind of productive. So whenever the ball came away,
for a number one pick,
came his way,
he had 5 yards for a number one pick.
I said his longest catch of the day was 15 yards. You're not listening. I said his longest catch of the day was 15 yards.
Yeah.
His longest catch of the day was 15 yards today. Granted, but they're force feeding Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith is the de facto.
That's what I told you earlier, Tom.
He's the de facto number one. They're force feeding Devontae Smith. They're not getting.
They're not giving. Have to force feed him like that. We can let him grow.
They're not giving Quez Watkins. They're not giving Quez Watkins. They're not giving Quez Watkins enough reps either. Quez Watkins need to be getting more targets than Jalen Reagor right now, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah. They're trying to make that pick seem so smart. They're trying to make that pick seem so much smarter than it is. It is a smart pick. I'm not trying to say it's not, but they're just trying to make it seem like they hit. Of course, they hit on the money with that pick, but they're trying to act like oh, this is the greatest pick we've ever made in our franchise's history. Like
it is. He's our number one receiver. We had years where we had number one receiver.
I'm just trying to say you can't make it seem more than what it is, because that's a great pick in general.
When you force feed him, now you're making what do you say? You're making her seem like a one read guy, because you're setting up the play straight.
Yeah, I agree with that one, bro. Hurts can throw.
You're making him go there all the time, because that's your number one read, to make sure you try to slang it in there to Devontae Smith.
No, JJ needs to go. No more wide receiver predictable.
They clear out with one, and then Devontae come over. How many times we ran out today where they cleared out and then Devontae comes underneath there? Like, that's the same route they're running over and over and over. Sometimes we complete it, sometimes we don't complete it. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is, you don't have to force feed a guy like Devontae Smith. Like, it'll help his game out more if he did spread the ball out a little bit more, and I think he'll definitely still be eating. You know what I'm saying? But Quez Watkins, they both got to ball out more than me.
I've been noticing that Quez Watkins has been getting the most open on the team. He's been the only. Well, Devontae Smith clearly gets open too, but Quez Watkins is.
Devontae Smith's so open. What are you talking about?
He said Devontae Clay's
Quez Watkins has been getting more open. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He had a touchdown down the field. He had a wide open touchdown down the field that Jalen Hurts missed. It was before the half.
Yeah, he missed it. But it's been happening too much. That's the problem. He's been missing guys that's been open. Like if you watch the all 22s, the guys are saying that he's leaving so much food on the table.
Yeah,
he's leaving so much food on the table.
Jalen Reagor had
and Devontae Smith is fast, but Quez Watkins is elite speed.
Yes,
he's faster. Quez Watkins is way faster. North-south speed is crazy.
No.
Exactly.
Jamar Chase is a beast. I said along, Devontae and Jamar are the best receivers out of those two. I told you Waddle's not as Waddle's okay, but he's not. Everybody said they would rather have Waddle over Smith. I told you no. Smith and Jamar Chase were the clearly the best. You could get either one and they would produce.
But you really can't even really judge Waddle this season with a garbage quarterback. He don't even got a quarterback.
Yeah, his quarterbacks have been terrible.
Who?
Waddle.
Jalen.
Oh yeah. It's hard. It's hard to judge. It's hard to judge.
Well, you know where Watson's going to next year, right? He's going to Miami. Tua's gone.
Oh,
I'm sorry to say, Miami's going to trade for Tua. They're going to trade Tua, and Watson's going to Miami.
They need to start.
You know what I'm saying? But
just friends with
Devontae Smith's going to be the reason why I know.
And he is.
Devontae is a beast. He's a route running
people don't realize
he's exactly what you want.
Make Quez the number one now. It's not saying that putting any slight on Devontae Smith. They're both going to be on the field. One, and Quest has been in the league a whole another year longer than Devontae Smith. So Devontae still
just like Rager, right?
in the NFL game, while Quest got a whole year of experience, and he's a little bit faster. So in your offense, you don't have to just throw the ball to Devontae because he's that number one pick to prove your point.
I mean,
you get the ball to Quest where, Quest does know how to read a little bit of the defense a little bit better. And since the beginning of training camp, he's the only one that's really been balling out every step of the way. He was he was sixth receiver on the squad, moved all the way up to starter by the time the game started. This year, if you look at all the pass catches that he is passing, you see him actually make efforts and jump over people, go around people, loans the ball in his vicinity. He's catching the ball as opposed to these guys, when they got guys hanging on them, they're not catching the ball all the time either.
Let's talk about Hurts missing passes. Is Hurts really missing? Like, I understand Hurts missing passes, but you got to understand.
Yes, he's missing that by
okay, but there was some, even in Zach Ertz game. Zach Ertz got to catch that ball. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn that quarterback. You got to catch that ball. You're a Pro Bowl tight end.
Now, to your point, champ, two things can be true. The fact that Hurts threw a rough ball, but also Ertz got to catch that.
Yeah.
That's what you get paid to do. You get paid to clean up the mistakes of your quarterback. That's what all these guys get paid to do. You get paid to catch those errant passes. You get paid to catch all those things. So sure, the pass could have been more spot on. I said that. I said that when I was watching the game. I said that was a bad ball, but Ertz still got to catch that.
I didn't know it was that bad.
I didn't like
3 years ago.
It wasn't the worst ball. Yeah. But like my thing is that ball could have been more on the numbers. You know what I'm saying? And but Zach Ertz has to catch that. You know what I'm saying? He has to catch that. He has to catch that.
And when you look at it again, it looked like it was right in his hands too. And he just like I thought it was right. It might have been right in his hands because I have to go back, but because I'm gonna rewatch it. I'm gonna rewatch it on fullmatchtv.com. But I'm gonna rewatch the game because I always do. Even the ones where we got blown out by the Cowboys, I had to rewatch that game. And let me tell you something. I couldn't even watch half of that shit. That shit pissed me off.
No, I ain't gonna lie. The Cowboys game, I just threw that tape away. I just threw that tape away, man. That wasn't even worth watching.
But the Chiefs game, I rewatched it, and there was so many times where Jalen Hurts was thrown to the receiver. Like Greg Ward, you got to make that catch, man. That one was literally right in the second. People say, "Well, he got to make a better throw." The receivers got to catch that ball. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to this ball. You know what I'm saying?
What about the other ones where Hurts missed? You got to blame some of them on Hurts.
Okay. So we do that. So if we do that. So if we do that, can we say that Carson Wentz missed Nelson Aguilar?
Yes, we've all said that a ton of times.
There was a lot of Eagle fans that were saying Nelson Aguilar was to blame.
But I get that, but because we only said that because Nelson Aguilar, he had a beautiful pass.
He stinks anyway. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan.
Remember that one pass from Carson Wentz to Nelson Aguilar where against the Falcons where the ball was literally right here.
Oh my God, yeah.
He was right here and he dropped it. You don't drop
like Greg Ward did versus the Chiefs. The Chiefs, he literally had the ball in his hands. All he had to do was catch the ball. Go catch, look at the ball, complete the catch, make sure you have it, go out of bounds. And make sure your feet are in. That's all you have to do. It's not hard.
Because Quest's speed is the reason why he gets open so much.
Oh, by
far. Quest is a burn, man. He's a burn. And I'll say this.
Not that many fast quarterbacks in the league.
Do you think the Raiders like? And I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I would trade Jalen Rager to the Raiders for Henry Ruggs.
No, there's no way that's going to happen. There's no way.
John B said Quez is better at contested catches than Smith. I feel like Smith should be the second wide receiver now.
Could you imagine Henry Ruggs and Devontae Smith with Hurts? Oh my God.
Quez has shown to be a better catcher and so far. Like those deep ball, like Quez. I was telling these guys a little earlier. It seemed like Quez is like the it's like the fire emergency switch. Like you got to break the glass, and then all of a sudden he saves the day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like he's like
Quez Watkins.
Like for some reason, whenever we need something to change, we go to Quez. There's something to that.
It's crazy.
Quez Watkins is like that guy that you need a 60-yard bomb from. That's the dude. If you need a guy like Devontae Smith,
that's
what Deshaun Jackson was. But he can stay healthier than Deshaun Jackson.
That's why.
And by the way, why can't Deshaun Jackson Why can't Deshaun Jackson not stay healthy, but he can go to LA and stay healthy? Someone explain me
I
that.
don't know.
I mean, that speaks more to our training staff more than anything. But if we're being honest, that's why the Rams went and got DJ, because they knew they needed somebody. They needed somebody that can get that big play real quick, and that's why they beat the Seahawks last week, because they was able to hit DJ deep, and that set things up for them to really put their foot on the Seahawks' neck. But
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Quez Watkins really has potential to be really good in this league.
Can you
But like more of a old
the
school
one guy,
receiver.
the one guy in the comments just said that Quez Watkins don't do it. Quez Watkins also can run routes too.
Wait,
Quez Watkins can run routes too. He's not just a deep ball guy. He's not a one burner guy. He can run routes too.
I actually think Quez is our
seen what Jovan said?
I actually think Quez is our second best route runner. That's what I think.
You seen what Jovan?
No, Zach Ertz. And that's my problem. We need. This is why I say you can't keep on keeping Zach Ertz. He's not the same anymore. He's not. If you look at him on the field, his body language says he don't want to be.
He's been dropping balls too.
Wow.
And
Ertz been dropping.
And when
balls,
you look at his body language, it looks like he's not really done with the Eagles with the beef. It looks like he does not want to be here. That they're forcing him to play. So when you look at his body language.
To your point, right? He's also not even getting the same amount of snaps he was getting before. So that's another reason why, of course
he knew that from the beginning.
He did know that. But what I'm saying is, the point I'm trying to make is, he's going to always try to make it seem like everything's good in the press conferences, right? Like remember at the beginning of the season we said, we had conversations and I want to be here, I want to retire here, blah blah blah. He's going to say all that, but in reality, he knows that big payday is long gone. That big payday is long gone, and at this point in his career, he might as well just ride out to the sunset with the Philadelphia Eagles and let Dallas Goedert be the man. Like
I trade Zach Ertz right now for a linebacker. I trade Zach Ertz right now.
I'll be honest with you. Depending on what our record is, I think the Philadelphia Eagles should be. And let's transition into that. Let's transition into like the trade deadline and what we expect. I think.
Yeah, we're gonna get another Jannard Avery project. That's what we're gonna get.
The Eagles need to be big sellers at this trade deadline. They need to be sellers for sure.
Yeah.
Who are we selling though?
Miles Sanders. He's getting sold.
Well, no, I don't think that's going to happen. If that does happen, that's not going to happen this year. I think that will happen next year on I think what happened then.
Cox, I'd keep Darius Slay, bro. I'm not trading Darius Slay.
I'm keeping Slay. You don't trade Slay.
I'm not a fan of Derek Stilling Jr. I'm not. I watched him in LSU. He's not good at cut. He's not good. He's not. He can't tackle really.
Who?
Derek Stilling Jr. is not he's not all that. I'm sorry. People want to overhype Derek Stilling Jr. He's not good at tackling.
Elam's better.
He's not good at tackling. I watched him so many times. He cannot tackle really. He's horrible at tackling.
I gotta do more.
He's not a first round pick. He's gonna go in the second, maybe.
I gotta do more research on this draft class that came in.
But Calvin, who Devontae Smith reminds me of? He's starting to
Isaac Bruce.
No, Calvin
Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt.
He reminds me of Calvin Ridley. He reminds me of Calvin Ridley.
No,
small.
He's a better route runner than Calvin
down
Ridley.
The field.
Better route runner.
No, if you look at Calvin Ridley's highlights, his film at Alabama. Hang on.
He said film. He said film.
I'm just saying the film. When you watch Calvin Ridley's film, when you analyze it and you analyze Devontae Smith's film, you see almost the same player. You see players
Marvin Harrison
beat you. No, it's more like Calvin Ridley because they're both good.
All the Alabama
and they can beat
He's
you down
a
the
field. Calvin Ridley is a route running, but he also is different. Devontae and Calvin Ridley, two separate receivers. Okay,
they're both good route runners. That's my point.
That doesn't mean they're the same route runner.
Okay,
that doesn't mean Marvin Harrison, Devontae Smith.
He's trying to say their route running ability. He's trying to say their route running ability is very similar.
It's similar, and they can both beat you with the 9-ball.
Judy, Ridley,
exactly.
All those boys are great route runners in the league right now.
I mean,
but
when I look at Devontae Smith, I see a little bit of Isaac Bruce. I see a little bit Isaac Bruce. I do. When you
I
look
can
at
see-
his route running,
I can see why you would say that. See, the thing is, they both can be great route runners, but everyone makes their routes look a little different. Devontae Smith is a little bit more.
Devontae's crisp.
Devontae Smith is very smooth. He makes everything look
Same
the same.
thing with Calvin Ridley. That's
he's
why I
very
compared
smooth.
him.
No. Calvin Ridley's not a smooth route runner.
Whereas though Jalen Waddle
Yes,
and Ridley,
he is.
They route runs very smooth as well, but it just looks different. Everyone runs. It just looks different.
Facts.
Body type,
Yeah.
how they
Facts,
move,
G.
speed.
Smith is
And
like
Amari
Isaac
Cooper
Bruce
too,
and Marvin
Alabama.
Harrison.
They all
Yes,
run
he
good
is.
routes, you know?
I
Yeah,
only
Alabama boy.
compare him to Calvin Ridley because I just feel like Calvin Ridley, he's
Calvin Ridley's
like
a number.
Calvin Ridley is such a deadly route runner, and he can beat you
Oh yeah,
down
he was
the
so
field
deadly versus us.
if he has to. His quick
Yeah.
release off the line and his deep ball is so beautiful when you watch it on the film. It reminds
Yeah.
me so
Yeah,
much
Calvin.
of Devontae Smith when I watch
Oh, it
Calvin.
does not.
Calvin Ridley is legit. Calvin Ridley is legit. Like he's not.
But is he?
such a
But is
good
he
route
the
runner,
same
man.
route runner as Devontae Smith? No, he's not. Now
They
he's a
don't
good
have
route runner.
to-
I'm not
no
taking
one
away
is
from
the
this.
same though, Eagles Sam. You don't have to be the same to have almost
But
similar
we
form.
talk about what he compares Devontae Smith to. I say he compares him to a little bit Marvin Harrison and Isaac Bruce. He's a smooth
You know,
route runner. He's not going
Calvin
to.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. It was right now, who's the better wide receiver?
Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith
Whoa.
all along. Yes.
I
Yes.
can't-
Yes.
I can't jump on the window and just say Devontae's better than
So
Calvin
you-
all of a sudden.
So you telling me you'd rather have Calvin Ridley
I
over
just
Devontae Smith?
Bro,
Nah.
Calvin really has proved. He's proved it.
No!
Calvin really
Proved the
proved
what?
it. Like,
He proved the what? What's he doing in Atlanta? What is he
Calvin
doing
Ridley's
in
been-
Atlanta?
Calvin really
What's
been
he
eating
doing
for the
in
past few
Atlanta?
seasons, bro. Calvin Ridley's been eating for the past few seasons.
Yo,
bro. Are you
he's
tripping?
been eating.
Is he doing this this year? Is he doing it this year?
That dude's been balling.
What the
dude
Atlanta
has been
Falcons suck
putting up
entirely. The
numbers.
Falcons suck as a team. But like, bro, he's been eating his whole career, bro.
So is
Like,
Devontae Smith.
Ever since he got to the league, bro, that boy, as soon as he
Okay.
touched the ball, he
Okay,
was
but I'd
good.
rather have Devontae Smith. Give me the
That's
Heisman winner
okay.
trophy.
That's
winner.
okay. That's
Yeah,
okay.
I can
But
understand
that's
that.
that's an anomaly though. If we're being honest, like the last wide receiver to do that.
I don't know why we're
the dude-
comparing Devontae to Calvin Ridley, man. You're not the same
dude from-
route.
That was actually
Nuggets.
his college comparison.
It's actually not that blasphemous to compare those
Yeah.
guys.
I think he's more of a Amari
Yeah.
Cooper college comparison. But okay.
Nah,
Is
but
that- is
you
that-
know,
is that-
Lewis.
But
That's
all
not
the
blasphemous.
Alabama receivers all are good route runners. Like we
Facts,
just said.
because
Yeah, but
Nick Saban
Devontae
believes in
and
route
Calvin
running.
Ridley almost
all
had
those
the
guys,
same
Judy,
stature.
Ruggs,
But
Waddle.
y'all know, what's it called? Lewis Riddick. He compared Calvin Ridley and Devontae Smith almost to be an like receiver. And
Yeah,
I
well,
was
that's the only
surprised
thing
when
I
I
disagree
saw the
because I
film.
compare him a little to Marvin Harrison.
I was
I mean, when he
surprised when I
first- when
saw
you-
the
when-
film, and they remind me of each other.
Yeah, but he reminds me a little bit of Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison wasn't this big, this physical guy. He was a small guy, but he can make
Same thing with Calvin
everybody,
Ridley.
No, Calvin Ridley is a route running, but he also is a speed burner too. Devontae
Same thing
Smith
with
isn't
Devontae
a speed burner. No, he's not. Devontae Smith's not a burner.
He
He's
was
not.
the best
He's a
deep ball
smooth-
receiver in this class. He was better
Actually,
deep ball
actually,
receiver
no,
than
he was
Jalen
not.
Waddle. He was
Actually,
a
he
better
was not.
deep ball receiver than Jalen Waddle, and you can go look up the stats. That's what the stats said.
Devontae Smith is
saying
not
it does
as.
not mean it's
Here's
true.
the thing. Like Devontae Smith is not. He's not okay. He's not. Okay, his game is not predicated on speed. I'll put it that way.
Exactly.
No, it's on route running.
Devontae Smith's game is predicated on deception, route running, and timing, and just having beautiful hands.
Mhm.
Having his
And
beautiful
Calvin
hands,
really
but-
is route running, and he needs his speed. If he doesn't have his speed, he's not Calvin Ridley. I'm not saying he's a bad
That's
receiver.
not-
I'm not saying that.
That's not true either. That's not true either. Calvin Ridley is a great route
So
runner.
you don't
That's
think
not-
he has the speed? You think Calvin
He
Ridley is
doesn't
Calvin
need
Ridley?
his speed. He can
No,
just
no,
use
but
his separation.
Calvin Ridley's not a burner either. His game is predicated off his route running ability and his
Calvin Ridley's
ability
a
to get up
burner,
there.
bro. He is.
and-
He can burn people.
No, what I'm saying is like his game is not predicated on his speed though. Like he's a great deep ball route runner as well. Like he has great hands. Like he knows how to get open. You know what I'm saying? But Devontae Smith, his game is not predicated. Like you can catch deep balls and not necessarily burn a guy. You just gotta moss him, and that's what makes a guy special. You know what I'm saying? Like Calvin Ridley, like he mossed us a few times when we played Atlanta past. couple
Bro,
years.
Calvin
But-
Ridley's separation is ridiculous, man. His route
Oh,
running
he had separation
so
week 1, didn't he?
crisp. Bro, that dude is a crispy route runner, man. He
You
broke
think
so
everybody's
many
Chris,
ankles
but you
in
watch the
college.
highlights, man.
He
You
broke
watch the
so
highlights,
many
man.
ankles in college, bro. That dude took and snatched so many souls.
Okay. And I think Amari Cooper broke people's ankles. That's college. I get that.
And
Amari
he's
Cooper
doing
to
that
me
in
reminds
the
me a lot like Devontae Smith. Maybe not
pull up,
injury prone like
you can pull up
Amari
you can
Smith,
pull up
but
you can pull up all of Calvin Ridley's film this year, every play, and you can make an argument that he was open on damn near almost every Calvin Ridley gets open.
Matt Ryan's not active most times either. He's getting old.
Like,
I think if they had a
that's-
better quarterback, he would be better.
That's the point, though.
Like
Matt Ryan,
that's my point.
and
That's
I
my
told
point
you,
though. Like
and I told you,
Calvin
Matt
Ridley,
Ryan's not a
you
good
put-
quarterback. He really
you give Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers Calvin Ridley.
Oh, of
you see what
course.
happens. You see what happens.
Of course.
Like you give.
I'm not saying Calvin Ridley's a bad receiver, but we can't compare a Devontae Smith to Calvin Ridley because
exactly. Devontae's a
both
rookie.
of them are in different positions. Exactly. So
Devontae's
to
a
me,
rookie.
but
So
when you look at,
I'm never going to say a rookie's better than somebody who's proven it before. I'm never going to say that. He's still.
but
got
I seen Devontae Smith. But I
Bro,
seen
it's only been
Devontae
5
Smith.
games. It's only been 5 games, bro. And he only has one 100-yard game under his belt. It's been 5 games.
Well, that's fucking good, bro. That's fucking good.
That is good. That is good. But what I'm saying is I'm not gonna sit here and say Devontae Smith is all of a sudden better than Calvin Ridley
I think he
games.
is.
I'm not gonna say that.
I believe in Devontae Smith.
That doesn't mean I see now we saying these arbitrary things like just because I say Calvin Ridley is better than him, that don't mean I don't believe in Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith is a young receiver who hasn't even hit his prime yet. So, and Calvin Ridley's been in the league for 4 years, something like that, 4 or 5 years, like something like that. Calvin Ridley's
if Devontae Smith is doing what his rookie year, imagine what he's going to do 4 or 5 years ago. It's going to be better than Calvin Ridley.
Look at what Calvin Ridley's doing in his 3rd, 4th year, though.
I don't, bro. You acting like you bringing these stats like I give a damn. I don't care. Devontae Smith is a baller.
But
he's going to get better and better and better. He's going to get better and better and better.
So you can't just ignore facts though. So you're
why
biased.
Exactly.
So you can't.
You're ignoring this. You're ignoring someone. Yeah, you go, Tom. My bad.
No, you're good. No,
where you hiding is call me. Hold up. Where you hiding is call me.
No, it was all good. The last year, but the end anyway. But the point is, Calvin Ridley for his career. So his rookie season, he had 64 receptions, 821 yards, 10 touchdowns in his rookie season. Rookie season, he was the touchdown machine, not Julio. Now, granted, Julio. That's a fact. Julio was Julio. Now we're not going to talk about
Julio meant so much to Matt Ryan.
No, of course, I'm not saying that. You changing the argument. We're not going to sit here and act like Julio Jones is a touchdown machine because he's never been a touchdown machine in his career. That's been the one knock on Julio. He's never been a touchdown machine for some reason. But Matt Ryan can find everybody else. It's a reason why Kevin Ridley had 10 touchdowns to 10 receiving touchdowns. Then the following year, 2019, he had 7. 2020, he had 9. Calvin Ridley got better every single year. As a rookie, he had 821 yards as a rookie. In 2019, he had 866 yards. But remember, that's as the number 2 wide receiver behind Julio Jones. In 2020, he had over 1,300 receiving yards, 90 receptions, 9 touchdowns. Calvin Ridley is a baller. Calvin Ridley is not no slouch, bro. And that was all next to Julio.
I didn't say he was a slouch. But in my opinion, now,
you're comparing a guy who hasn't done anything quite yet to a guy who has shown us he's a proven product.
Listen, I compared Carson Wentz before to Joe Montana. So if I fall on my face, I'll fall on my face. Okay, that doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I love Devontae Smith too. Don't get it twisted. I love Devontae Smith. But I'm not going to sit here and just say he's better than guys because he's on my team. I just can't. I'm not going to just say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here.
I'll take Calvin Ridley over Jalen Reagor.
I'm not going. Of course. But I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and say Justin Herbert is better than Aaron Rodgers because Justin Herbert is having a great season right now. I'm not going to say that. You know what I'm saying? That's jumping out the window. He's still young. He's still got a lot to show.
A different debate.
But no, it's not. It's the same exact logic.
It's not even close. Aaron Rodgers is better. I'm sorry,
but what I'm saying is, my point is, it's the same logic. What I'm saying is, you're comparing a guy with less experience, less reps to a guy who has shown and proved what he's able to do. And my point is, that's like comparing Justin Herbert to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has a much more of a track record for you to say. He has much more of a Rolodex of a track record. He has much more of a catalog of proving that he's the guy. Whereas Justin Herbert, he's just getting his swing. He's just getting into his rhythm. So you can't just jump out the window and say a young guy is all of a sudden better than a guy who's been doing it. I just can't say that. Now Justin Herbert is legit. That doesn't take away from his greatness. But I'm just saying that I'm not going to say he's better.
I watched Calvin Ridley versus the Giants, right? I did, and he drops the footballs. Devontae, I believe,
when
drops his
no,
what are you talking about? He dropped one versus the Eagles. He dropped.
No, he did not. I watched
Calvin Ridley drops the ball.
Calvin really didn't drop the ball that much, actually.
He dropped one versus the Eagles. What are you talking about? He dropped the crucial one. And he dropped one versus the Giants.
Devontae dropped the ball a lot today. Are you going to be mad at him for that?
When he dropped one, he might have fumbled. He might have fumbled, but he
exactly. But we're giving Devontae Smith credit though, and we're not bashing him. But he had a lot of drops today. He had a lot of bad play, but we're not bashing him today.
But he's a rookie. That's my
point. That's my point.
That's what Tone's been trying to say this entire time.
But you're saying a fourth. What is he in his third year? Is he in his third year? Calvin Ridley was drafted in 2018.
Calvin Ridley can make
his fourth year. Fourth year. He's in his fourth year.
Currently.
Yeah.
Okay. He always had a guy, Julio Jones, that always everybody had to defend. Now, when you look at it, and don't get me wrong, Calvin Ridley's still great, and I think Matt Ryan's not good. I'm sorry, I was never a fan of Matt Ryan.
He's washed.
I don't think he's a great quarterback.
He's getting to that point.
Even when he was playing, man, had Ronnie White, he had all these weapons. He's just not good. I'm not a fan of Matt Ryan. I didn't like him coming out of college. I was not a fan of him when they kept on hyping him up. Even the MVP, he had Julio Jones, and he had Matt Ryan stinks. He stinks. He stinks. He's always been stinking. Calvin really needs a good quarterback behind him to throw the ball, and I think his numbers will go up. I don't think he's a bad receiver, but Matt Ryan, he stinks. I never was a fan of Matt Ryan. I always think he's overrated. Don't think he was ever close. I mean, they call him Matty Ice, but I call him Matty Milk because he chokes. He's terrible. Again, his MVP was Julio Jones. Julio Jones made him MVP. Julio Jones made him that good. You know what I'm saying? But I think Julio Jones.
I think it was Kyle Shanahan.
What are you talking about? Yes,
Julio
Jones was a freaking monster.
Kyle Shanahan made him better.
Kyle
Shanahan was the one who choked down that Super Bowl with Dan.
But he did.
What he's saying.
Julio Jones is a freaking monster.
You win the MVP based on the regular season. Kyle Shanahan had Matt Ryan looking like a boss.
Exactly. That's
he had him that year.
He had Julio Jones look like Megatron.
He was scheming everything wide open. Like everything was wide open for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But look, I'm getting tired, you guys. This is 1:00 in the morning. I'm about to get out of here. We've been live for
where your hottest call me next. I might be on this channel next. So
for sure. Next time we have a call in, for sure, you definitely can come in, bro. For sure. I love your energy as always, Eagles champ. I'll catch up with you, my guy.
Hey, sorry about the debate. I didn't mean to get you.
It's always good when we have them debates,
bro. Yeah, it's a part of the game, bro. It's part of the game. I love it. I live for it. You, bro, champ, you good. Trust me, bro. It's all love. You good, my guy.
We just happy that we got the dub today.
Keep up the good work. I do watch.
Bro, I appreciate it, bro. I really appreciate the love, my man. You know, all we try to do is get at just good content.
And when you get a Philly Fresh and Notion back, man, when you get in those
those my guys. You know what? No, you know what? No, you're right, bro. I definitely got to link with those guys again. You know, because Fresh is my guy. Man, Fresh from the same city, so I definitely got to link up with Fresh. I'm gonna hit him up probably this week. I'm gonna hit him up this weekend. Probably set something up. So be on the lookout for that, you guys. But yeah,
we always had them call-ins back in the day.
All right, bro. Really appreciate everybody. Man, go Birds, flag was fly. Shout out to Eagles champ for coming and bringing that energy, man.
Yeah,
shout out to Big Play Slay, man, bringing energy as well. Appreciate you, my guy. Go subscribe to him too. But you guys, man, you guys were just bringing that fire. We were live for almost 3 hours. I lost track of time. My wife started looking at me funny. So I completely forgot about the time. But I appreciate you guys, man. We are back with a vengeance. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Chalk It Up Sports Philly, featuring myself, Tone DeShields II. So grateful for you guys. So grateful for the love, grateful for the support. The content's only going up, man. Y'all get some rest. We got a W. The Eagles beat the Carolina Panthers. It was a thriller. It was a comeback victory, but we did it. Defense saved the day. Darius Slay with 2 picks. Steven Nelson with the pick. Fletcher Cox with a sack. Javon Hargrave with a sack. Josh Sweat with a sack, man. Jalen Hurts with 2 rushing TDs with a game-winning drive under his belt. Man, look, the offense has to get it together. We got to become more creative. We got to open things up for these guys. But the bottom line is we got to win, and we need to build off of it. We're going on a short week. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this Thursday. We're going to be at home. Tom Brady going to be on the road. It's going to be tough, man. I don't want to put the expectations too high. But at the end of the day, those guys got to come into our city. They got to come into our stadium, and we got to see what happens at the end of the day. But I'm out of here, you guys. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry. And guess what, y'all? No matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game, and we out of here.